only see black? What the fuck? I see the stream. What do you mean you only see black? Refresh again. We're back? Okay. I was about to say, I see the stream. The stream is up for me. And we're not dropping frames. I don't know what happened. I don't know how I fixed it, but I seem to have fixed it. Somehow. We found the frames. And as we have found the frames, it is time to move on once again. Fingers thrown up a set. She's just raking her fingernails over the air. Don't worry about it. You shall pass go. You shall collect $200. Look, don't worry about all that. I'm gonna go grab channel link and retweet it back out. No one look at the tweet that I just put out. It's dangerous. Alright, but let's go ahead and continue. And there you have it. It seems we have summoned her for nothing. Only those of the royal bloodline could have the power of spirit channeling. That a servant such as Nana could channel spirits is a most unamusing jest. On the surface, anyway. Our line of reasoning has led us to this end, that Nana channeled Inga's spirit. Alright, the defense may now question the witness. Yeah. Cross-examination time. So what do we have? We had, she was feeling unwell. She can't be a spirit medium. The one thing that I remember that I probably want to present on is, after Queen Amara's passing, right? Because she should know that Queen Amara isn't dead. Or everybody should know Queen Amara isn't dead. Which one was that? After Queen... Oh, there it was. After Queen Amara's passing, Her Eminence Queen Garan is the only spirit medium left. Excuse me, ma'am, would you just go ahead and just shut that bullshit up? I was gonna say something about her nails, but I feel I'll get timed out if I do. Not by me, at least. I will not do that. Okay, so I presented what makes sense in terms of a direct contradiction. Except I don't know how to make it make sense in the larger context of this case. What? Well, is the defense going to follow up its loud objection with a sound explanation? Oh, I'm sorry. How do I put this? I believe there's a problem with Nana's testimony. Go on. She asserted that she could not possibly be a spirit medium because in Kurain, the only members of the royal family can learn how to channel spirits. I fail to see the problem in that statement, defense. Hold on, I'm getting to it, Your Majesty. Is this track to tell the truth of this game, by the way? I believe so, but Tell the Truth 2007 is so heat. Is so good. Nana stated an absolute falsehood. Since we know that Amara is still alive. At the same time, circumstantial evidence points to Nana channeling Inga. After all, just after she entered his private quarters, Inga came running out screaming, despite having been killed at 2 p.m. That would mean that Nana channeled Inga. Even though supposedly, only those of royal family are capable of doing so. Wait. Is it too late to ask for a refund on my trip down the rabbit hole? Mr. Wright, you may think I've lost my mind with this bluff, but if we can at least establish the possibility, I think it'll give us the break we need. Wait a sec. Are you going to propose what I think you are? Yes, it's a huge risk, but I think there's a chance I can prove it. Will the court please take a look at this photo? nuts. This photo's very existence, to say nothing of the person in it, contradicts the witness's claim. And Queen Garan is the only remaining spirit medium here in Karain. Horned devil, you mustn't. Oh, but I must. Under these circumstances, the outcome of the trial depends on it. You already knew that, didn't you, Your Eminence? Will the defense please explain who was shown in the photograph? The person in the photo is the previous queen, Amara Sigatar Kurain. Contrary to popular belief, she was never assassinated. In fact, she's very much alive. What? But that's nonsense. Take a good look at the law book in this photo, Your Majesty. The mark of the dragon branded on it could only have been placed there after Queen Amara's supposed assassination. Is Dirk older than Garan? Yeah, by 3 years. Or excuse me, 2 years, because he's 45 and Garan is 43. Queen Amara still alive? Has the lawyer gone mad? While I personally find it hard to believe, I will allow the defense to continue. You may proceed, defense. Yeah, no, it's Amara is not her mom. She's her sister, slightly older sister. We never got the age gauge though. And according to Dirk, she is actually being held captive somewhere. But the real truth is that Queen Amara is not being held in confinement. Rather, she walks freely among— No! Don't! No. Bro. Wait, hold on. Then where the fuck is Dirk going? If Amara's here in court, then where the fuck is Dirk going? Here in this very courtroom today. I mean, Dirk thinks she's hostage somewhere in the countryside, isn't that what he said? Yeah, but what happens when he gets there? Do not be deceived, Your Majesty. The red pepper is skilled in weaving plausible lies. It is the cunning lawyerly art known as bluffing. But knowing this, there is no need to fear his forked tongue. Objection! That's where you're wrong, prosecutor, because you'll be quaking in your boots soon enough. Is that so? It's my turn now, Yuta, to wake you up to the truth right before your eyes. Queen Amara is still very much alive and has been describing herself as— Well, there goes the grandmother thing, right? But that's— This is the simplest and cleanest explanation for everything we've covered so far. I mean, it also makes— I guess they kind of alluded to it as well when they were like, oh, Nena more acts like her mother than the queen does. So I guess slight foreshadowing. The person who killed Minister Ringa. Someone with intimate knowledge of this divination seance. The medium who channeled the minister in order to mask the real time of his death. Condense these traits into one person and you'll get a spirit medium of royal blood. And that person is none other than you, Nena. Your true identity is the former Queen Amara and the killer we've been looking for all along. What? Objection. At least the rest of the channeling theory is still possible, is your grandma theory. So, like, are we saying that Amara is channeling Nena and has been this whole time? Because that's fucking sick. Have you finally lost your mind, Mr. Justice? What you say is beyond blasphemous, even in the depths of hell. Oh my, such frightening allegations. Indeed, and absolutely ludicrous to boot. Eminence Queen Amara yet lives, and is actually Miss Nana here. You have truly gone off the deep end. You don't have to take my word for it. In fact, a certain someone can help me prove it. Your Eminence. I mean, you can just switch grandma to sister in your theory and it still works. Yeah. That's valid, I mean, I guess. Queen Amara truly is dead. You should be able to channel her spirit right here, right now. Isn't that correct? He's kind of got you there. I can. Deny it no longer. The lawyer speaks the truth. Nana, the woman who stands here before us, is Amara, the former queen believed to have perished 23 years ago. Oh. Yeah. Everybody shook. Finally. We finally got Inga's real killer on the stand. Nana, no. Amar Sigitar Karain. Please drop the act and tell us what really happened. Somebody hit her with the black separation crystal real quick. Or, well, I guess we don't know if this is a channeled spirit or not. Oh, dearie me. I guess I shouldn't have underestimated the power of youth. Well done, young hornhead. What? The fuck going on in here? Monka. Oh. Wow. I was getting tired of masquerading as an old woman anyway. It has been far too long since I last greeted you, good people of Karain. It is I, Amara Sigitar Karain, your former queen. Queen Amara. What? It's your mom, nigga. And I thought Garon's makeover was extreme. Can it really be true? You are alive and well. It is true. I feel as if I have been called back from the Twilight Realm. I fear I have caused all of you a great deal of distress. Amara, I'm sorry I was unable to keep your secret any longer. I hope you can forgive me. It is quite alright, Garon. I am safe now. For Dirk, that blackguard who threatened my life will be recaptured soon. Nah, you don't feel that way. I need not conceal my identity any longer. Queen Amara, what does this all mean? Were you not killed in that fire 23 years ago? I barely escaped that blaze with my life. But though I survived, I knew that scoundrel would make further attempts on my life. Therefore, I staged my death and abdicated the throne to my dear younger sister, Garon. But the building of that great tomb! And disguising yourself as a lowly servant, why would you do such a thing? Garon, I would have you explain. I wish for her to be close at hand. It was the only way I felt I could protect her. Wait, who was it that went crazy over Orange in Game 5 again? Excellent question. Who was it? Who was about thirsty as fuck for Aura Blackquill in Game 5? The robot beater. Reveal yourself. Definitely wasn't in Rage. Now, I'm not gonna say it was Starsman, because you see him right there, but it was definitely Starsman. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and check out the messages and see if we can go up that high. Let's see exactly what he said. Fuck, you be typing a lot. Look at her, a bad bitch, my lord. Nah, I bet if she had a whip, you would simp. Also, his sister is hot as fuck. Wow, I can't fuck with Chris anymore. I'm not surprised. Let's see, what else did you say? Yeah, it's just preference at that point. I was talking strictly on looks. I never said anything about personality. I got duct tape. No, that's wrong. Oh, right, I remember I got duct tape. Look at him. Alright, but yeah, he just starts talking about other shit after that. That's the word that rhymes with tape. Grape. Fruit niggas. And it was the best way to hide her from the eyes of the public. After all, who could conceive of Amara lowering her station to that of a servant? She's got that right. But even Dirk thought Amara was being held captive in some far-off place. Don't trust Chris or nostalgia? I just read what I saw. He said in relation to Aura Blackquill's personality, it don't matter. I've got duct tape. That's all he said. That's the entirety of the context. He never even guessed she was living as a servant, right in plain sight. I must say, a life dedicated to the servitude of others is not the least bit disagreeable. It is a quite humble existence, far removed from the tedium of regal duties. Ah, but those days of peace have ended. And it's all because of you, Hornhead. How the fuck is it my fault? You should consider yourself lucky if it's all this ends with. If there is something you wish to say, then say it. It doesn't matter who you are. You won't escape the crime you committed. The defense moves to indict you as Justice Minister Inga's real killer. Can you check her age now since... Okay, yeah, let me see. What's this? You would accuse Queen Amara of homicide. Will it actually show, though? Fuck. 44. So a year older than Queen Garan and a year younger than Dirk. Interesting. Also, looking at it is really crazy. Just compare the two. Like, if you put lipstick on Nayuta, he's cuter. As Brazy. He's 20 years younger? Yeah, and he's got fucking fuck me eyes. It do not matter. What's this? You would accuse Queen Amara of homicide. And Grand Priestess of Kuranism? You can't do that. She's virtually a goddess in the eyes of her people. If you commit the crime, you better be ready to do the time. Ah, the age-old. Be you a priest, saint, queen, or god? Damn, I really wish he said you'll face justice either way, because that would have been hard. If he said, and I quote, be you a priest, saint, queen, or god, you'll face justice all the same, that would have been sick. In my headcanon, that's what he said. Fuck off. I've never met such an egalitarian person. Queen Amara, in your years disguised as Nana, you would have learned about Minister Inga's disorder. So you knew you could dress in Dirk's clothes to forge a convincing seance vision. Isn't that right? What a curious character you are. You would label me a murderer. Me, the one who the people are regarded as the reincarnation of the Holy Mother herself. Maybe a grand figure in Curranism, but as a foreigner, you're just another suspect in... yeah, no. You ain't shit to me. Who do you think you are? I am. Dog. Can't say shit to Apollo. It would appear your words are not in jest. Am I to suffer the sullying of my good name with accusations of murder most foul? Please, Queen Amara, forgive his impudence. The lawyer knows not of what he speaks. Fear not, good magistrate, for this is the sacred hall of justice. Though I am a grand priestess, on the stand I am but a witness, like any other. I shall face his accusations with grace and benevolence. Your compassion overfloweth your mercifulness. Oh, young lawyer, in my benevolence, I must warn you that your assertion suffers from a tragic flaw. Oh, frames. Still relevant? Let me see this. Ready. Oh, motherfucker. Link me to a Discord channel instead of actually just linking the goddamn post. You son of a bitch. They hated Jesus because he told the truth. They hated Gallus because he told the truth. Fair enough. Perfect. So in the future, what you can do is you can right click the image and you can just click copy link. Huh? There's a flaw. Nayuta. Yes, your mercifulness. Who was present in the tomb when the murder was discovered? Dirk Sadmadi Mayafe and the victim, Minister Inga. I see. It is a fatal flaw indeed. It appears Queen Amara couldn't possibly have gone to the tomb as Minister Inga. What? Why not? Do not keep the defense waiting, Nayuta. Explain how wrong he truly is. Yes, your mercifulness. Her benevolence, Princess Rafa saw Minister Inga enter the tomb at around 2:30 p.m. Yet you, the defense, claims the person she saw was the minister being channeled by Queen Amara. However, if her mercifulness had channeled him and moved into the tomb, then once she was done channeling, Queen Amara would have re-emerged and been left stuck in the tomb. Oh yeah. Had she tried to exit before you all arrived, Princess Rafa, who had been looking down upon the courtyard, would have seen her. However, her benevolence saw nothing of the sort. In conclusion, Queen Amara could not have left the tomb without being observed. And yet, was she there in the tomb when the murder was discovered, defense? No, she wasn't. Now do you see? Your flimsy claim has been uprooted like a sapling in a flood. Well, that was entertaining. Prosecutor Sadmadi, assume the prosecution of this case and clear your mother's good name. You wish for me to take over. Yes, prosecute your father to save your mother. What a poignant fate you bear, but bear it if you must. Are you ready? Yes, Your Eminence. And there you have it, Your Majesty. I shall watch the rest of the proceedings from the sidelines. I relinquish complete control of this sacred hall to your authority once more. Why, thank you, Your Eminence. Now then, your mercifulness. Your testimony, if you please. Well, witness testimony from the Queen herself. Before the Queen herself. The lawyer's theory is absurd. I shall destroy your utterly absurd and barbarous theory. I was not anywhere near the tomb following the murder. Were your theory correct, I would have been in the tomb once I had stopped channeling. Yeah? My husband Dirk is the killer, but he has fled from this sacred hall. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. May the Holy Mother rain judgment upon the traitor Dirk Sadmati for his crimes. Alright. So, maybe press on Dirk is the killer? Oh, such marvelous testimony. You are truly a treasure, Your Mercifulness. Why is she accusing Dirk? The fuck is this? That's my question. This, too, is but by the grace of Her Holiness. No doubt my unmasking here today was her will as well. Oh my, the Holy Mother, you say? Yes, surely Her Holiness has guided me to this witness stand. Dog. Who let a whole tiger in the courtroom? Where did that nigga come from? There's a deer. Like, I'm fine with the chipmunk and the two birds. Where did the deer come from, and where did a tiger come from? Oh, how magnificent. Queen Amara, the Holy Mother's messenger, is here on earth. Praise be for Queen Amara. Blessings. Blessing upon her mercifulness. Where did those animals even come from? Now then, the defense may question the witness. But remember, she is a grand priestess, so no disrespect will be tolerated. That means no pointing out conflicts, inconsistencies, or any other flaws in her testimony. What? What's the point of cross-examining? What the fuck? I don't like these animals. The lawyer's theory is absurd. Alright, so. I don't think we have present. We can't present anything right here. So, how would you know that Dirk is the killer? If you ran away, then how would you know Dirk is the killer? Right? Because he wasn't even anywhere near. There must be a reason for why he had to make his escape today. A reason? Ah, perhaps. Perhaps what? Perhaps to conceal himself and lie in wait for another chance to claim my life. What's this? Objection! No, it's definitely not like that, Your Mercifulness. First of all, you don't really believe he's trying to kill you, do you? After all, you two ran off together after he rescued you all those years ago. She kinda got caked, TBH. Yeah, I see why Dirk was all in that. That was only because he had the audacity to claim it wasn't me. You must believe me. It was my duty as a wife to her husband, to bend an ear to him, was it not? Communication after disagreement is the secret to a long and happy marriage. Sure, I guess. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Don't ask me. That is why I listened to Dirk. However, he didn't have a shred of evidence to support his claim. It grieves me to admit it, but my husband truly did try to murder me. Alright. For his crimes, Holy Mother is going to judge him. Within the doctrines of Curianism, we are taught that upon death, the Holy Mother shall judge our souls. To those of pure spirit, her holiness shall be as warm and as merciful as the sun. But to those of depravity, her wrath shall echo that of an angry mother to her child. An angry mother? I wasn't expecting the Founder's judgment to be so down to earth. The scriptures of Curianism were the first in the world to be written such that they would be accessible to the worshippers of all ages. Wow, that's unexpectedly progressive. I guess she's going to keep on claiming Dirk's the killer until she's blue in the face. You'll have to find a hole in her testimony if you want to turn this thing around. Okay. If I ever needed a ghost of a chance, it's now. What? Okay. So, I guess I didn't press everything before. I guess it is press everything. My theory is utterly absurd and barbarous. And high-handed, if I may say so. Naruto was right to call you putrid-minded. Surely even the monkeys of Mount Pony's holy waterfalls could devise a better theory. Surely you could steal better insults than Naruto's best. Now then, all of you gathered in this sacred hall, need I remind you? I was not anywhere near the tomb? Yeah, okay, great. Well, maybe you were hiding inside the sarcophagus. After all, it does technically belong to you. I bet you have no trouble opening it. If I had been in there, I could not be here today, for the tomb has been under constant surveillance since the murder. I would have never been able to leave. I guess not. This guy? What's up, Corn? If I might ask, what's in that sarcophagus anyway? You're still alive, so... There is despair. Oh, there's that word again. Why does everybody gotta keep talking about despair? Y'all niggas just gotta stop using that word. Only one brave enough to see the truth hidden deep within could discover the final hope. Ooh, final hope? Hold on. Hope? Pog. My continued corporeality. It completely lost me. In other words, it's empty. But no one dared open it because they were too scared of the curse. Now, will you dispense with your theory? It's as empty as my sarcophagus. Are your theory correct? I would have been in the tomb once I had stopped channeling. Not necessarily. I'll admit you went in the tomb after the murder. Very good, but that very truth refutes your theory. I'd like it better if Amara had a Cockney accent, thank you. Oh, damn. Well, I don't have the submission form up right now, but you can take all suggestions for what accent you think people should have and shove them up your ass. Just keep them nice and snug up there, and maybe I'll get to them eventually. Even if I had channeled Minister Inga and entered the tomb, the moment I ceased channeling him, I would have re-emerged at the crime scene. Precisely. As you said yourself, Defense, Queen Amara was not there after the murder. The only living souls in the tomb at the time were Dirk Sadmati and Maya Fey. Be it in this life or the next. There is no escaping such simple truths. That's quite enough. It is abundantly clear that Queen Amara's testimony is flawless. Oh, do you understand now, lawyer? This is bad. The judge isn't going to let me cross-examine her much longer. Mara should have been in the tomb after the minister's murder, but she wasn't. I don't get it. How did she just vanish from the scene of the crime like that? It shouldn't be possible for normal people to... Fuck. Ah, maybe. Maybe what? Your Majesty, I think I can explain why Queen Amara wasn't there in the tomb after the murder. Very well, defense. Do explain. So, the question is, where could she have gone? I believe it was accomplished through a method only she is capable of. And using this special method, it will be possible for her to literally disappear. Well, don't keep us waiting. Let's hear it. How did Queen Amara disappear from the tomb? Well, only something she can do is channel someone. All she had to do was channel someone. Then she could easily disappear from the scene of the crime. After all, she would literally be someone else. Why, I believe it actually makes sense. What do you have to say to that, Queen Amara? You believe that I, a Grand Priestess, would use the sacred power of spirit channeling to commit murder? I mean, it's been done before. Woo! Oh, what the... Mercy, your mercifulness. How dare you spew such vile blasphemy, defense? You will retract your last statement or face immediate execution. No, good Majesty, it is quite all right. Coranism also teaches that we must respond at all times with the reason principle. Therefore, I shall offer a measured response to his blasphemous accusation. We have something to counter with. Indeed. Now are you listening? It would not have been possible to simply vanish by means of spirit channeling. After all, it would require a deceased person to channel. However, there was only one murder victim in the tomb. That was Minister Inga. The only others there right after his murder. Dirk and Maya. Or Dirk and Miss Faye. Ah, had I channeled Inga, as you allege, well, the outcome would have been quite odd to say the least. For there, besides the dead minister, a living, breathing one would have appeared. Even if I had been in the tomb, there was no one to channel except the deceased minister. So you see, I could not have vanished by the means of spirit channeling. That's true, but we can't rule it out yet. Because, well, what if there was another victim? Someone we haven't identified yet. How absurd. If you channeled someone other than Minister Inga, you could have used their identity to disappear from the tomb. Wait, so... the question is, has Dirk been dead this whole time? Has the Dirk we've been running around with just been dead? He could have been dead as early as the start of us finding Inga's body, right? Because he said the moment he entered the tomb, he felt dizzy, right? So could Amara have channeled him to escape the tomb under the guy? Because she would have already had his fucking clothes at that point, right? Now the question becomes, if Dirk is dead, when did he die? It would also make sense as to why when Nana first took the stand, Dirk wasn't anywhere to be found, and Nana was missing while Dirk was on screen. So basically, what I'm saying is every time that we've seen Nana slash Amara, Dirk hasn't been seen, and vice versa. We haven't seen um, Dirk when we've seen Nana or Amara, and we haven't seen Nana or Amara when we've been seeing Dirk. And she went missing as well. So you've been speaking to Amara during the detention center? That's what I believe, at least. Because it's not like she just takes up the identity of Dirk. It's Dirk's spirit, right? It's physically Dirk, right? Everything, his memories, his emotions, everything he knows, all of his memories, everything. That's all Dirk. So it could have just been Dirk. You could have used their identity to disappear from the tomb. Another victim. Queen Amara. Please add your last statement to your testimony. This could explain everything. Wasn't there some sign of another victim there in the tomb? And yet, why do I sense I'm not going to like what I'm about to find out? Yeah, it was Dirk's blood in the tomb. Alright. Mr. Inger was the sole victim. There was no other spirit to channel until he was dead. Okay, so we just have to fucking present the bloodstain then, I guess, because that's what proves there was another victim. It was Dirk's blood. I can't believe I'm presenting this, but it proves that there was another victim. Still, the only ones there at the scene of the crime were Maya and Dirk. No, it can't be. Would the defense care to share something with us? Queen Amara, you knew, didn't you? Whatever are you talking about? If you won't tell this court, then I will. Well, don't keep us waiting. This case includes a second victim. One of the two people found alive in the tomb after the minister's murder was actually already dead. But a second victim, Apollo. Queen Amara, after you channeled Minister Inga and moved to the tomb, you vanished from the scene of the crime by channeling the other victim. That explains why no one found you after the murder was discovered. Oh, you putrid pepper, of all the half-witted buffoonery to come tumbling from your lips. But I suppose I indulge you and play along with your little delusion. Tell me, Mr. Justice, who was the other victim? There's no way this can be true. But no, I can't stop now. If this is the truth, it's the only way forward to solving this case. The other victim who Queen Amara channeled was... Bye, guys. Yep. There may be a truth that comes hard to understand. It also explains why Dirk said he didn't have long left. He wasn't sick, he was dead. I mean... Yeah? I mean, technically, like, if you're dead already, shit, Maya can keep you around forever. Hold on. This is fine. The flag wasn't waving. It was just moving from being taken down. It also explains why he doesn't remember the murder. Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, he doesn't... everything goes hazy for him. Everything goes dizzy once he enters the tomb. That's why he doesn't remember it. Derek knew everything. But he couldn't bring himself to tell me. Yep, big secret. I'd be betraying a certain someone if I did, and he was talking about Amara. He couldn't accuse the love of his life. The sad truth is, the other victim channeled by Amara was...
Take that!
You can't. That's not possible. The defendant, Dirk Sadmati, is the one Queen Amara channeled. He's the other victim. This is insanity. Apollo, what are you... Do you realize what you're proposing?
Objection!
I demand an explanation, Mr. Justice. I don't know when or why Dirk was murdered, but the facts and evidence speak for themselves. And this is where they've led me. I see. After Inga's murder, Dirk and Maya were the only ones in the tomb. But if one of them was actually dead and being channeled by Amara... But it can't be, can it? Dirk's bloodstain at the scene of the crime was the clincher for me. Because he wasn't injured at all. So how could he have left blood? He wasn't even injured, so how could he have possibly bled that much? The only logical explanation is Dirk had also been murdered.
Objection!
That's enough. Your explanation cannot be the truth. And you would not dare to claim to have proof of your assertion. Well, I mean, fuck. We can try channeling him right here. Because if his body's in that sarcophagus... Hey, we got Maya in the courtroom, don't we? Let's test that theory. Nayuda. I wish it weren't true. I wish it with all my heart that I'm wrong. But as much as I don't want to believe it, yes, I can prove it. Dirk's killer must have hidden his body. It would have to be somewhere nobody would ever look. There's only one such place. You truly have proof. The fastest way would be to actually have someone go check the tomb. Now the fastest way is to channel him right now. Go and check the tomb? But why? Because I believe Dirk's killer hid his body here.
Take that!
It's not Amara's tomb, it's Dirk's. You would suggest Queen Amara's sarcophagus, the only place in the tomb that no one would dare look. Plus, the killer would soon become trapped by hiding in there. But a body, well, that's a horse of a different color. Which means... I believe we must search the sarcophagus at once. Your Eminence, being that Queen Amara yet lives, I trust we may open it now. If we must. Your Majesty, I believe Detective Sky is still there at the tomb. Let us contact her at once, and have her conduct a full investigation into the matter. Hey, Emma. You came back here fast. Now then, Detective Sky, your report, if you please. I'll start with my findings. Please, please, please let me be wrong about this. I just want things to be as they were. A search of the sarcophagus revealed a body that appears to be several days old. A body. Detective Sky, tell me it wasn't Dirk. Tell me my whole theory was completely off base. I have a photo of the body, and I have positively identified it as... and he's got the blue pendant. Dirk Sadmati. Dirk. Yep. Salutes. Why? Why'd this have to happen? Damn it, Dirk. Answer me. How can this be? Uh-oh. Don't laugh. The traitorous snake, the very head of the insurgency, murdered. Oh, what a joyous day. Those fools shouting for change and revolution will finally return to whatever rocks they crawled out from under. Yeah, yuck it up. What was I even fighting for? Apollo. What am I supposed to do now? Oh, let me get one good line. Just have him cut in and say it. Son. A lawyer should never look the way you do right now. Say it. Oh, I thought it was going to be voiced. A dragon never yields. Even when wounded, a dragon bites down hard and never lets go till its dying breath. It glares, it roars, it lashes its jaw firmly onto its prey till the bitter end. That's what lawyers do to get the truth. But, Dak, what if the truth is that you're... Apollo, in court oh, this is just technically a flashback, but with a good song. He knew. He knew the whole time. You believed in me that much, Dirk? Dirk, I think I finally understand. I can't yield. Not now. Not ever. Not after Dirk believed in me, despite knowing what was about to happen. Besides, Dirk left me with two things I must do. Are you alright, Apollo? Sorry about that, Mr. Wright. But I'm fine now. Apollo? Detective Sky. Yeah? How sure are you this body's been there for a few days? I'm positive. No autopsy's been performed yet, but I'd say it's at least 3 days. Fortunately, the low temperature inside the sarcophagus kept it from decaying. Oh, and the chest area bore 3 gunshot wounds from a small caliber weapon. So, the 4-shot pistol that Inga had definitely had more relevance than I could have possibly thought. Right? So. Then 3 days ago, wait, hold on. 3 days ago was that was during the fucking the case of Archie Buff, of Dr. Buff. Hey, wait a minute. So, no, because Nana was still here, right? Because Rafa only said that, that Dirk was missing at the start of, no. Rafa said Nana was missing at the start of when we got here, when we started investigating, Inga's murder. But Dirk was with us when we were investigating Buff's murder, which means that if Nana was here, she couldn't. So was Maya with us in the States? Did Phoenix come back with Maya? If so, then what the fuck? Because clearly he succumbed to his wounds, and Maya knew he did, or else she wouldn't be able to channel him. Hold that thought? I don't want to hold that thought. These seems like important questions. I believe they are the cause of death. Dirk's corpse photo added to the court record. At least 3 days, huh? It means Dirk was already dead by the time he came to visit me back in the States. Then who was channeling him? I think it would have to be someone who could get into and stay in the U.S. without arousing suspicion. It also had a solid cover story, so they wouldn't be seen as missing. I believe this is who was channeling Dirk when I saw him in the States. Well,
Take that!
Maya. Oh, I see. She was being held hostage at the time, so it seemed only natural that she wasn't around. Right. Do you remember what she said earlier? Yep. You promised to keep a secret. Yep. Dirk didn't want his own death to be known. The other members of the Defiant Dragons would lose all hope if they found out. And that would snuff out the flames of revolution for good. Miss Faye, Dirk told you to keep quiet about this, didn't he? Yeah, Athena's super pointless this game, if I'm gonna be blatantly honest. Which is why I was saying, like, back when I said, like, Athena seems like she should be an attorney's assistant rather than, like, another separate attorney. It's because it makes sense. Yeah, of course I like the addition of Widget, I like the addition of the Mood Matrix, but overall, Athena just doesn't add too much herself, right? Like, her character like, as an attorney, I mean. Her character interactions with Apollo are great, and I think those two are probably some of my favorite character dynamics that I've seen in the series. But overall, making her an attorney, making her of an important character as you did in Dual Destinies, only to fucking bench her this game, kind of seems a little bit weird. Like, it almost feels like Athena's inclusion at this point in the game feels like Phoenix's inclusion up to the final case in Apollo Justice. If that makes sense. Like, she's there, she's helping behind the scenes, but she's not doing anything too crazy. But yeah, no, I definitely get why people were calling this game Apollo Justice 2. And why they call 4, 5, and 6 the Apollo Trilogy. Because Dual Destinies, even still, because it had a focus on Clay and Apollo, it still had that strong-ass focus. Now you understand, after 2 of the best games in the series? Yeah, I mean, like, I've been fine with this, like, this whole, we're gonna call them Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney as subtitle, just to get them to sell because we need them to sell, but fuck, you should have stuck to your guns. Stick to your guns, call it Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies, Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. It would have been fine. it just feels like they only did that literally just to save sales, which I get, but at the same time, it just feels weird, if that makes sense. Dirk made me promise before he died, so I was right then. Apollo, there's something I need to tell you. It's about, Dirk's final moments. I'm listening, Miss Faye. What happened in his final moments? It was soon after I was kidnapped. Dirk paid me a visit in that tomb where I was being held captive. I'd say it was a few days before Minister Inga's murder.
Hey, young lady. Time to get you up and out of here.
Ooh. It's that revolutionary guy.
I'm here to rescue you.
You are? Why?
I figured things were a little too quiet with that stamp-sucking scumbag. So I started digging around. That's when I found out you'd been abducted.
But why would a rebel help me?
Let's go before it's too late.
It already is for you, pal. Long time no see, you rebel blowhard.
Inga, I know you're up to something, and I'm going to find out what.
Dog. It's got a smart. You become a real thorn in my side, see? So it's time for you to be pushing up daisies. Don't. Dirk yum that. All things considered.
Did you really think a pea shooter like that could kill a dragon?
What the? And he missed the last shot. What are you, some kind of freak? Nuts to this. Dirk was shot several times, but he barely even flinched. He sacrificed himself for me. Dog. These ropes. I've got to help you.
Relax. It's going to be okay. Sorry things turned out this way, but it doesn't look like I have much longer.
No, don't say that.
You're a spirit medium, aren't you? When I'm gone, I want you to channel my spirit.
Stop it. Don't give up like that.
If you do, untying a rope like that would be child's play.
No. Please, hang in there. You can still make it.
Promise. Promise me. One thing, young lady. It's about my son.
Dirk was talking about you, Apollo. Dog, Nayuta over there fuming. He said he wanted to see you one last time. So he asked me to return to the US and channel his spirit. He really said that. He also said he'd been meaning to visit you for years, but kept putting it off. And then this was his last chance. Yep. Dirk, you really did come to the US because you wanted to see me. I guess this means it was Inga that hid Dirk's body in the sarcophagus after Maya left the tomb. Apollo. You can't stop now. Dirk would want you to keep pressing on. I know, Miss Faye. I won't disappoint him. Defense, if you are ready to proceed. I would first have you answer this. Do you believe the accused's death will impact what we know about this case? Motherfucker, have you been paying attention? Yes, and I believe that I can explain everything now. Very well. Your explanation, please. Stars, I also think that's my top 3. Except I'm going to shift it around. SOJ Game 1, Trials and Tribulations for me. Just because Game 1 felt so vanilla. Like, let me put it this way. The first taste you have of something that becomes your vanilla is usually going to be the best. Game 1 had such a good, solid, like, neutral impression on me, I was so inclined to play the next games. Like, the fact that the ending of... Like, they could have ended Game 1 on the DL6 incident, right? But then the DLC case from the DS version ends up taking it past it a little bit farther for me. So the overall impression that Game 1 leaves on me, it's pretty tame starting off, but once you get to Case 4, Case 5, it just starts throwing haymakers, right? Because obviously the Steel Samurai case is okay. It's like not offensive in any way. Case 2 is like still a continuation of your tutorial, so you're still trying to learn the ropes. But once you hit Case 4, Case 5, the haymakers start getting thrown. So yeah, Lamp, I think Lamp, you, Stars, and I have the same top 3. They're just shuffled, right? I'm gonna lead Spirit of Justice, then Game 1, then Trials and Tribulations. Like, they're all really good games. I think they're interchangeable based on how well you perceive them. But, like, I think that top 3, like, is, like, indisputable. Those 3 are the top 3 games no matter what. In any order you put them in, they're the top 3 games. Free. There's nothing that's going to beat those cases. Or nothing going to beat those games in the mainline series. Dirk entered the tomb at 3 p.m. The time the hostage exchange was to take place. Or rather, Dirk, as channeled by Miss Faye, did. Now, at the time he entered the tomb at 3 p.m., Minister Inga was already dead. You're still doing a case tier list? Yeah, if I can find one right now, let me hop on to Tier Maker. Let's search for Special Ops tier units list. Hold on. Ace Attorney main characters, Ace Attorney cases from the main games. Let's see. Ooh, excuse me. Big burps. Technically, you still have a case. Oh, that's right, the DLC case. That's right. Okay. So yeah, I guess I still do have a case after this. So let's continue along. Are we gonna see Turnabout Big Top in its own tier? You already fucking know. Down at the very fucking bottom. I say that because we know the minister was murdered at 2 p.m. But there was someone else in there. This person was already hiding in the tomb, waiting to channel Dirk in place of Miss Faye.
Take that!
Which one was Turnabout Big Top? That one was from Game 2, Case 3. It was the one with the fucking paralyzed Native American acrobat. So, that one's probably going to be in a bottom tier all its own, you know? It was you, wasn't it? The fact of the matter is, Queen Amara killed Minister Inga at 2 p.m. Oh, don't get it twisted though. 6-4 is going down there as well. Hate to break it to you all. It's definitely going to be down there. She then went to his private quarters and channeled his spirit. The minister, thinking he was going to be late, hurried to the tomb for the hostage exchange. You said you like 6-4? I mean 6-2. 6-2 is going to be down there. My bad. Not 6-4. 6-2. Once in the tomb, Queen Amara stopped channeling Minister Inga and hid herself. Then when Dirk entered at 3 p.m., she snuck up from behind and forcibly drove Dirk's spirit out of Miss Faye's body. I was like, I swear you said 6-4 was the best trial only case. Yeah, no. A lot of the if 6-6, the DLC case from this game ends up being godlike, this game is going to situate itself right at the top, right? This game is going to have, aside from case 2, this entire game is heat. For me, at least, right? If you like 6-2, that's on you. But I don't like 6-2. Drove his spirit out of her body. Impossible.
Objection!
You have black separation crystals. Actually, there is a way to do that. With a Magatama of parting, that is. Using one, anyone could drive a spirit out of a person's body, even if it refused to leave. 6-2 is the only bad case in this game. I agree. Are you telling me that the extra pale brown Magatama in the tomb was a used up tomb or Magatama of separation? That it was. That's right, Prosecutor Sadmati. And you've seen one in action before. You saw how the glowing red Magatama sent the High Priest back to the Twilight Realm. What was 6-2? 6-2 was the magician case from this game. The first US case with Athena and Apollo. And how it turned into a spent pale brown afterwards. In other words, the brown Magatama found in the tomb looks that way because its power had been used up in pushing Dirk's spirit out of Miss Faye's body, right? I probably passed out as soon as Dirk's spirit left my body. I was exhausted after channeling him for so long, after all. Yeah, she was channeling him for a fuck long time. After that, Queen Amara must have dressed Miss Faye in her usual outfit and tied her up. Wait. So the question now becomes, A, they got a spare Dirk outfit from somewhere, and they had a spare Maya outfit from somewhere. It's a minor discrepancy, but a discrepancy nonetheless. Game 2 and 4 are opposites. Game 2 ended strong, while Game 4 started strong, correct? So, like, this is a very minor thing, where Dirk prepared them while in Maya's body. I mean, potentially, like, that answers the question. That's a very fair point, I would say, but Game 4 is a soundtrack and some of the best characters. Yeah. I do fuck with me some Bum Phoenix. I'm not sure where she got the outfit. We can assume she had it all well, I mean, if I would have read the text on fucking screen, Chris. Jesus Christ. Huh. Then Queen Amara must have changed into Dirk's clothes, smeared blood onto them, and picked up the knife and channeled Dirk's spirit. That's how she made it look like Dirk had committed the crime. And that's how she escaped, right into our noses. God. You're twirling your thumbs over there? I don't know, Apollo. The whole thing still seems a bit far-fetched. Dirk, what was going through your mind while all this was unfolding? So ultimately it was all for naught. Oh. Nayuda? Those dreams of revolution Dirk was always spouting. They placed nothing but false hope in the minds of the people. And in the end, they were simply fantasies. Nayuda, how can you... Yeah, Phoenix saying anything about something seeming far-fetched is definitely cap. Karma has spoken. The dream of revolution has withered on the vine. Its fate is sealed. The other insurgents will soon wake from their shattered dreams. No, Dirk's dream can't die like this. I'm not going to sit back and let that happen. I can't, and I won't. Nayuda, don't forget that Dirk's been proven innocent. His name no longer tainted by the charge of murder. Now the rebels and their sympathizers, who have been calling for his release, can't be charged with abetting the accused. So the revolution is far from over. It's only just begun.
Objection.
No, Dirk has not yet been proven innocent. You have merely indicated the possibility of his innocence. Nigga, he's dead! What do you want? What do you mean? Dirk is indeed dead. However, what if it was Dirk who killed Minister Inga while being channeled by Miss Faye? And while the crime could have occurred at 2 p.m., you have yet to substantiatively prove it. Or do you have conclusive proof that the time of Minister Inga's death was at 2 p.m.? Did we not tell? Like, the fucking... Jesus Christ. Hold on, give me 1 second, I'm changing the title. There we go. Title changed. There you go. Refresh if you need to see it in Rage, but it's changed now. But yeah, we did prove that the time of death was around 2 p.m., right? If Will Powers is the best witness, who would be the worst? Wendy Oldbag or Lotta Hart? One of the two. It seems further testimony will be required of them. As it would appear I have fallen under suspicion, I would like to state my case. Prosecutor Sadmati, the rebellion must be snuffed out once and for all. You must prove Dirk Sadmati to be the foul murderer he was. And every last insurgent and their sympathizers must be found guilty under the Defense Culpability Act. As you wish, Your Eminence. Why is Nayuda doing this? Garan shouldn't have him under her thumb anymore. Mara's not a hostage, so what gives? Nayuda, what's left to chain you to her like this? His little sister? I mean, come on, Apollo. You can put it together. Very well then, Queen Amara. Please proceed with your additional testimony. Here we go. Witness testimony. Isn't there someone that did literally nothing for the case? Wendy Oldbag. You have no proof. Well done, lawyer. You have painted me as the killer with nothing but your silver tongue. However, you have no evidence proving your distasteful theory. Furthermore, Dirk could not have committed the crime while being channeled by Miss Faye. Now, let us end this charade. For the eternal glory of Karain and its people. Okay? Do you understand now, you putrid pepper? There is no point in defending Dirk any longer. It has all been in vain. Let it go and move on, right? Well, not today. Your theories are but a pillar of salt that crumbles at the slightest breeze. But no more. This ends here and now. The defense may proceed with its cross-examination. Alright. You have no proof. We have no evidence proving our theory. I mean, we do have the pink butterfly pendant, right? Yeah.
Objection!
Wait, what? What the fuck? No. That's correct. That proves that she was at the fucking... What the fuck are you talking about? If I have to present that fucking pendant in like 2 sentences from now, I'm gonna be pissed. Come on, don't I deserve at least a cursory glance?
Hold it!
I admit I don't have any solid evidence. The photo with the blue pendant? I mean, the photo with the blue pendant doesn't prove that she was at the scene. It only proves that he was at the scene. I'd have to prove that the pendant is hers, but I prove that with the photo inside the pendant, which is the photo of the pendant. Like, what? I admit I don't have any solid evidence yet. But you're the only one who could have committed the crime. What on earth do you mean? Including Miss Faye, there are only 3 spirit mediums in Karain. Furthermore, when the crime scene was first discovered... Hey Chris, what up Mars, right? Queen Garan was with me and Mr. Wright on Miss Faye. Was tied up in the tomb. That means that Dirk we saw after the minister's murder could have only been channeled by you, Queen Amara. Insolent lawyer. Forgive us your mercifulness. Really, your majesty?
Objection!
Ah, but have you considered the following defense? What if there was, unbeknownst to us, another spirit medium in Karain? Who?
Objection!
Oh, come on. What are the chances? You lack the evidence to support your claim that Queen Amara is the killer, which is why you've had to use the process of elimination to zero in on her. This is a good game. I'm really enjoying it thus far. It therefore stands to reason that you would have to rule out all other possibilities as well. Well, can you eliminate the possibility of another spirit medium defense? Of course I can't. Under the circumstances, Apollo, there are 2 ways to establish Amara's guilt. We need to prove she killed Inga, or prove she was in the tomb. Wasn't I trying to fucking do that a second ago with the goddamn pendant? Which one can I actually prove? I could prove that Queen Amara was in the tomb when the murder occurred. It seems you are ever bent on painting me as the killer. Well, if the shoe fits. Very well. Let us see some evidence that proves I was at the... So now I present the fucking pendant, right? You do have some, do you not? There's nothing to prove I was even at the scene of the crime. Please just stop talking.
Objection!
That's so fucking dumb, man. You didn't need that whole rigmarole. You have no evidence proving your distasteful theory? Yes, because the fucking pendant that you only would wear when you're in the fucking tomb Here you go. No, this doesn't prove I was in the tomb. Well, what do we got to do, Phoenix? Well, we can either prove that she killed Inga or that prove that she was in the tomb. Do I do I give her the fucking pendant now? Like, is it okay to give it to her now? Like, oh, I guess this does prove that I was in the tomb. Well, fucking okay, great. Fuck me, I guess. Does this pendant look familiar to you? Why, that is... We found it in the tomb, and it has the minister's blood on it. Which means it was probably dropped in the course of the crime. It also has a fucking fingerprint on the inside, which could prove that, you know, maybe she was holding it, because we didn't ever check the fingerprint.
Objection.
And I fail to see how it is relevant to your argument. Did that not belong to the accused?
That's what I thought, too. After all, Dirk had said it himself.
He said that.
Yes, but it was a lie. Because I believe he was covering for someone.
Covering? How? For who?
Trust as a witness through Maya, that's true, so you can argue 3 times. In that case, you can argue 4 as Dahlia. She also did take the stand herself in the trust case. Yeah. That is correct. There's a certain piece of evidence that shows the pendant isn't Dirk's. And now I present this one because we can see the butterfly pendant on him. That was so fucking dumb. That was convoluted. I hate that shit. That's what I like. Those I don't count as real damage in this game. Like, come on, son. I presented the right evidence. I just had to be told to present it. Like, if it has 4 sides and has to fit into the square hole, what could it be? Well, it has to be the square peg. Well, hold on. We have to rule out the other options. No, but I know it's the fucking square peg. I know the square peg goes into the square hole. Well, we have to arrive at the possibility of presenting the square peg. The game wanted you to be specific? I was being fucking specific. Yes, it is. I'd like to call to your attention a certain spot in it. This right here proves that the pendant was found in the tomb wasn't Dirk's. Is it the fucking big-ass blue one?
Take that.
You will notice an object near Dirk's left arm. It's an identical pendant, except it's blue. Oh, now that you mention it. Don't you find that a little strange? Why would he own 2 of them, but in different colors? Here's what I think. The pendants were meant to go together as a pair.
A pair?
The blue pendant was Dirk's. And what about this pink one with Minister Inga's blood on it? What do you suppose it belongs to? Yeah, just twirl your thumbs.
Objection.
Clap.
Sorry to disappoint you, but no fingerprints were found on the pink pendant. Therefore, we have no way of knowing to whom it belongs.
Objection.
Ah, but that's where you're wrong, Prosecutor Sadmati. I'm guessing you didn't know that this pendant is actually a locket.
Come again.
Now this is where it gets interesting. When we open this locket up, we found a faint fingerprint inside, on the back of the lid to be exact.
What? No.
So now the question is, to whom does the fingerprint belong? Queen Amara. It belongs to you, doesn't it? Ooh. Got him. GG's. One thing I'd like a possible AA7 to do is have multiple ways to win a cross-examination, whether that be through multiple pieces of evidence or some kind of character-specific gimmick mechanic. What I want to see is, like, I know people would fucking complain that they're just ripping the mechanic off. I would like scrum debates to happen in the form of a cross-examination. Like, maybe not as fast-paced, like, don't have a timer countdown, but I select specific statements to retort. Like, if I present a piece of evidence or I press on a specific statement, I want the prosecution to respond and then give me a list of things to respond with, then respond with one of those, lead to another like choice response that they respond with, and then you go through that and you can arrive at multiple different endings. Having I think having back routes for Ace Attorney makes more sense than Danganronpa, just because these characters are presented in a way that makes them feel very smart, you know? Like, nobody looks at Apollo and says, wow, like that guy's really dumb. Of course he wouldn't have known that this piece of evidence is related in this way. Whereas like Danganronpa characters, it's like, yeah, this kid's a fucking high school student. I don't see why he'd be able to put this together. But what that's one of the things I want to see in a fucking an Ace Attorney is a scrum debate type of thing where it's like, okay, this person is the killer. No, this person is the killer. Well, present your fucking evidence and then go from there. I have a cursed Photoshop idea cooking on you for based on how you pronounce dots. Oh no, that's scary. True, but you could just play as an ultimate detective again. But yeah, I get you. Yeah, like for the characters in Danganronpa, like most of the ultimate skills like lead you to believe, yeah, they're smart in their field, but they would not be this smart figuring this particular shit out. How there'd be missable evidence or tools, like if you didn't have the metal detector in 1-4. Yeah, but then you can't really prove it, right? Can you? Like, if you didn't have the metal detector in 1-4, wait, can you go into that case without the metal detector, or do you have to have it? Because I think up until this point, like, I don't think there's been a way that you could miss evidence, right? But if you, I would like that if you're able to miss evidence, it takes a longer way to explain what you have. Like I want there to be to done. I want there to be a done prepping for trial button, and then if like the game determines like okay, this is all you have, then you have to go through this, and then you have to go through this. Obviously, that's something way more complicated than Ace Attorney ever has had, but that would be a nice little pipe dream. Like the game says okay, you got evidence piece A, B, C, and D, and there's fucking evidence A through X, right? But you get A, B, C, and D, and the game says all right, you got A, B, C, and D. Well, you can do the case, but it's going to be this much longer because you missed all this evidence, right? Like obviously there would need to be like some like fail safe where it's like you have to get like this much evidence, like from A through X you have to get like A through L or some shit. You have to get A through L and then you can go into the case. And then it's like, okay, well because you have A through L and you didn't get this and this, you go through this path, right? That would be really cool. It would be a little bit more like dev intensive because you would have to write case dialogue for all of that. You would have to write different decision paths because what if I got A through L but I also picked up O without knowing it, right? And then I just go into the case. Like the game has to assume that you picked up these different things. But the game could do a check to see like, okay, you have this, and you have this. This is Mr. Starsman with Aura. Let me see this. Dog, delete that. That's jail worthy. It seems I've truly rendered the witness speechless this time around. This cannot be. Mother, tell me it does not belong to you. Yeah, about that boy. Nayuta, I? Think about it, Queen Amara. Dirk must have realized that you were channeling his spirit, and you'd probably already figured out who the minister's killer was. And yet, he still claimed the pink pen belonged to him. But why would he do such a thing? You really don't know? He was protecting you. Because he loved you. He loved you until his very last breath, and beyond. Yep. Exactly. This track is actually really pleasant. Dirk knew everything, even that he was being used. But he kept quiet, all for your sake. He was dead since when? Since before he arrived in the States. Duck Game, did you leave? Are you paying attention? Dirk, why do you always... Well, Queen Amara, Dirk, the one whose love for you never wavered in all these years. Are you going to betray him now? Remember Dirk saying, I wouldn't worry about Maya, she's safe? Yeah, of course, because he knew Maya wasn't there. I left when Maya took the stand. Yeah, okay. So don't come back asking questions. Especially if you're not going to tell us that you left. Exclamation mark, what happened? Got him. This cannot be. I refuse to accept it. Queen Amara, are you ready to confess to your crime? No? Who the fuck? I can deny it no longer. The truth is it was I, Amara Sigatar Karain, who slew Minister Inga. That's preposterous. Why? This is beyond belief. Mother, why would you? Forgive me, Nayuda. I never wished to cause you such sorrow. But I had no choice. It was the only way. The only way. So, in the end, Queen Amara and Dirk Sadmati. I suppose this means that they were unable to reconcile while he was still alive. I don't think the state of the kingdom or the incidents of the past would have allowed that. They were prisoners of their shared history, so to speak. So when the Dirk in America answered the call from Inga, what was that? That was fucking Inga getting shook that Dirk was speaking to him after he got shot 3 times. And that after he moved the body and put it in the sarcophagus. Dirk was literally fucking afraid that... Or not Dirk. Inga was afraid that Dirk made it out. He got shook in some way that Dirk woke up after being shot 3 times, broke out of the sarcophagus, and left. Now, I'm not saying he's a bitch for being shook, but if I shoot you 3 times and I hide your body, and you end up speaking to me on the phone the next day, I'm being shook too. Queen Amara, there's something I still need to know. You had staged a near-perfect crime. So why did you bring back this pendant? This pendant into the tomb with you? You should have known it could come back to haunt you. I do not really understand it myself. I had nearly been assassinated by my own husband, yet I could not bear any hatred toward him. I was unable to discard this, or part with it for even a short time. As with Dirk, I have never stopped loving my husband for the past 23 years. Mother. So she really believes it. And Dirk tried to assassinate her. Thanks for explaining, no problem. I see how it could be misconstrued though. You're not, like, incorrect for thinking that. Because that's why when Dirk picks up the phone and fucking Inga's like, whoa, 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 hey, whoa, 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 Dirk? Nigga, how? How? Your Majesty, is it not time? Time to declare Dirk innocent. I would ask that you do this for my beloved, who now dwells in the Twilight Realm. Very well then. Your Eminence, Prosecutor Sadmati, if you have no further objections...
This cannot be. My mother.
I have no objections. Bitch is guilty. I'm still the queen. This is great.
Dirk, I did it. I finally did it. I proved your innocence.
But we gotta keep it going. We don't have the whole truth.
But,
Very well then.
being that Queen Amara yet lives, we can no longer charge the accused with the assassination that never came to fruition. As for the murder of Minister Inga, the truth has been laid bare for all to see. Therefore, I will now pass judgment upon the accused, Mr. Dirk Sadmadi.
It's gotta be Apollo. Wait. It's not Apollo? Rafa!
Your benevolence.
I cannot accept this.
Is something the matter, your benevolence?
Queen Amara is lying. It makes no sense. Queen Amara would not have killed my father.
What's with her all of a sudden? Is this some sort of lingering affection towards Nena?
Rafa. Speak the truth, Queen Amara. Did you really kill my father?
So when you poured one out preemptively, he was already dead? Yeah. It was on time preemptive. He was dead, I just didn't know it.
Yes, there is no mistake.
She has confessed to the crime, thereby clearing the accused of all suspicion. As such, I see no need to continue the proceedings.
Barbed head, horn head. Are you going to let this stand?
Derek's been proven innocent, and he's about to be declared not guilty. Even so, something doesn't feel right. Apollo, if you have any doubts, now's the time to raise them. After all, the courtroom is a place for finding the whole truth. But it's all up to you.
There are definitely things that don't quite add up.
Does this mean that the whole truth hasn't been brought to light yet? Should I push to continue this trial?
Hey, fuck it. Let's keep it going.
Push to continue. Your Majesty, I have a feeling we haven't discovered the whole truth yet. And the only way we'll ever find it is to continue this trial.
Hornhead.
Have we seen that Rafa begging sprite before? I thought we saw it earlier this trial, right? Very well then. Will the defense please tell us this? What important fact about this case has yet to come to light? The fucking motive. Queen Amara, there's something I still don't understand. What was your motive for killing Justice Minister Inga? Maybe not before this trial, at least. Yeah, that's what I think as well, but that's not the definitive first time we've seen it. I think we've seen it before, just not before this stream session today, right? It was for the future of this kingdom that I slew Inga Karkul Karain. To avert further tragedy, his death was an unfortunate necessity. Further tragedy? Over the past several years, Minister Inga had been rapidly expanding his power. He'd established the secret police and was relentless in its pursuit of the insurgents. He even had the overwhelming support of the people, but he was still not satisfied. Hungry for more power, he began planning a coup d'etat. You mean his plot involving the Founders Arm, which led to Maya Fey's abduction? Yes, Minister Inga planned to use the orb to gain access to great spiritual power, after which he would assassinate Garan and usurp the throne. His machinations were reminiscent of that terrible tragedy of 23 years ago, and as one affected by that incident, Amara vowed to never allow a repeat of such events. Yes, and the Holy Mother delivered unto me the perfect opportunity to fulfill my vow. Security amid the courtyard was rather light due to the rite of channeling, and Inga had barricaded himself in the tomb with his hostage, away from prying eyes. Is Mama Longnails relevant in the case somehow other than trying to protect her older sister? I mean, she is the prosecutor for this case. She wanted to pursue fucking Dirk for the murder of her
sister, even though she knew it wasn't a murder. It's kind of weird. Doesn't make a lot of sense. I knew I would never again have such a perfect opportunity, so... At 2 p.m., during the rite of channeling, I slipped into the tomb and slew the minister. Oh. Of course. We'd never let it go. Yeah. My bracelet. Apollo. Yep. It seems his trial is far from over. Queen Amara, how dare you lie to me? I believe you're still hiding something. But if you want to keep on playing this game of hide and seek, then let's start with that last statement you made. If I must. Bank. Alright. So. What, we could have the fingers? We could have... I don't think her arms are going to do anything weird, right? Doesn't make any sense. But... I was just looking as you said that I thought Apollo was talking shit to her. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Oh, wait. Hey. I just saw that.
Gotcha.
As I was looking back from reading the chat. Queen Amara. You're not very... That was one of the more subtle tells, too. The finger twitching. At 2 p. Gotcha! Quite literally stopped her at the beginning of her sentence. So, at 2 p. Shut up! Just shut the fuck up! You're not very comfortable talking about the 2 o'clock rite of channeling, are you? I can tell because a finger on your left hand twitched almost imperceptibly when you did. Oh? And that pose you make. Is there something about your chest that makes you nervous? Whatever do you mean? The murder occurred at 2 p.m. I'm pretty positive that Amara was in the tomb at that time. So then why is she self-conscious about her chest when she talks about the rite? The rite of channeling. Didn't Albie snap a picture of it? Queen Amara, I have here a picture of the rite of channeling. It was secretly taken by a certain individual.
Objection.
Oh. Such insolence. I would have the perpetrator's name at once. Sorry. No can do. You see, I just happened to find it on the ground, so... Do you take me for a fool? A little bit. How about we discuss the photo's origin a little later, because right now... there's something much more pressing at hand. I believe this photo merits further examination. I just wish there was more to see than that darkness and more darkness. I mean, can't see shit for nothing, boy. You might be able to make out a few more details with some image adjustments. Let's ask Emma if she can help. Bailiff, please summon Detective Sky to the Hall of Justice. Good thing Emma's right there. I didn't think Emma had access to Photoshop. I'm gonna be honest. Here you are. I was able to obtain a much clearer image by raising the brightness. Raising the brightness alone won't do that, but... Ooh. What's that right there? An injury. No, wait. I think it's a burn scar. Ah. So we had it backwards. Damn. Brown rice. Wait a second. Your Eminence. You don't have a burn scar like that on your tits. What's going on here? If the
person in this photo isn't Queen Garan. And who is it?
Take that!
Queen Amara. The person in this photo isn't Queen Garan. It's you, posing as her, isn't it? The two of you look quite similar, but that's no surprise considering you're sisters. Even the shape and position of your facial tattoos are exactly the same, almost exactly the same. And you're both capable of channeling spirits. Therefore, it would have been easy for you to impersonate Queen Garan. Now, what would have been a really nice perceived thing was if you saw that scar like light up in her chest, like behind the little plate that she has for an ornament. That would have been really sick. This is a fucking sister case for the second game. Yo, shh. Queen Amara, you have a burn scar on your chest, don't you? Please remove your round mandala so we can see what's behind it for ourselves. It's called a mandala? Oh. Damn. Look. It's the exact same burn scar as the one in the photo. I don't understand. I knew it. So the person in this photo really is... Yes, it's Queen Amara. This is absurd. Are you suggesting they switch places? Amara's confession earlier was also false. Mother, what is the meaning of this? Sister case, am I done? The 2-2 case, the case of Turner Gray. Don't you see? This changes everything. We know for a fact that this photo was taken at 2 p.m. The exact time the murder took place. But that would mean Queen Amara couldn't have possibly committed this crime. Exactly. She now has an ironclad alibi. So Minister Inga's killer couldn't have been Queen Amara. I'm afraid I no longer follow defense. Was it not Queen Amara who channeled the minister and caused the accused to stage the crime? Yes, that fact has not changed. We have evidence placing her at the scene of the crime. And Dirk could have only been there in the tomb if she were channeling him. Which means... while Queen Amara did use spirit channeling to stage the crime, she didn't kill Minister Inga. His real killer is somewhere else. Was her mercifulness covering for someone? If Queen Amara is not the killer, then who is it? I mean, there's really only one other person it could be, so isn't it obvious? Why was this rite held in the first place if Queen Garan wasn't going to perform it? Who was behind the two sisters switching places, and for what reason? The answers to these questions, along with the establishment of Queen Amara's alibi, obliterate a certain someone else's alibi. I mean, do we even have to fucking talk about it? Why, that's... Is this some kind of a joke? No, your majesty. I could never joke about something so grave. The only one who seemed to have a perfect alibi at the time of the murder was Her Eminence, Garan Sigatar Kurain. Queen Amara, didn't your sister Queen Garan ask you to pose as her and perform the rite of channeling? Didn't she also have you drive Dirk's spirit from Miss Faye's body and then stage the crime to make it look like he was the minister's killer? And at 2 p.m., while you were performing the rite of channeling as Queen Garan, didn't she kill Minister Inga while disguised as Dirk? Well, your mercifulness. Can't protect your sister. You gotta protect one or the other. It's no use trying to hide it any longer. I believe this is actually confess the truth. Okay. I mean, this one has like more of an emotional beat to it, but like, let's just real quick. Like, not saying this is a bad track at all. Listen to this. This shit slaps, brother. That shit's heat. I don't care. Music tier list? I mean, what if we get all the tracks together, we can definitely do one. You need to tell us the truth now. Mother. Justice Minister Inga True Killer is... It's to be continued. Hey, what? No. I really did it. Your Eminence, my life is yours. Isn't he one of Garon's royal guards? Queen Amara. Bailiff, arrest that guardsman. Mother. Garon couldn't have, could she? Someone call for an ambulance. Quickly now. The fuck is going on? A big cover-up? And this is probably our to be continued, right? Yeah. As it felt like. Whew. Dog. You gonna snitch on me in court? Fine, we're shooting you. This has to be the last part though, right? This has to be the last part. Yeah, imagine shooting somebody when there is a known spirit medium who is 5 feet away who can also confess. It's like, yeah, no, okay, we shot her, we prevented her from testifying. Well, I mean, we can just get her spirit back in here. Man, fuck! Lucky the ambulance made it in time. But we've been forced into a recess for now while things get straightened out. I can't believe what just happened. Tell me about it. Do you think Garon put that guard up to it? If she did, she's going to regret it. No one gets away with something like that on my watch. Poor Queen Amara. Your benevolence? Any news on her condition? She's undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They're giving her a 50-50 chance of survival. And Garon, justice will be served. Why? Why did this happen? Just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara. What was that about being reunited? Oh, it's nothing. I'm not her daughter. How dare you think something like that, you foul lawyer? Right. How are you, Horned Head? Dirksad Mahdi was your father in all but blood, after all. The spirit medium can get blasted next. Not if they remove every nigga with a gun from the court. Royal Guard not allowed in here. Well, I'm the queen. My Royal Guard has to be here. Your Royal Guard shot a witness. No. The witness being the former queen. No. Thank you for your concern, your benevolence. But I'm fine. Right now, we still have a trial to see through. So that's what I'm going to stay focused on. Hornhead. You are sturdier than your stature lets on. What? Just don't overdo it, okay, Apollo? was a real shocker, all right. Can't believe that the dragon is dead. That's... Say, AJ, I was wondering. Dirk disappeared after I freed him. It's because Amara turned back into herself, right? Yeah, I suppose so. But I don't know if it's because Dirk's spirit willed it, or if it was a part of Garan or Amara's plan.
This isn't really like 100% the sister case from the second game, because the case of Turner Gray, like the involvement of the twin sisters, it was literally just one sister posing as the other. So you can say that there's themes of it sticking around, like the fact that, oh, it's another case of mistaken identity. You had the sister's identity swapped around, and that's about it. That's really the only theme you have, because one of the sisters involved is the mastermind. Now, if the two sisters, Eenie and Mimi Miney, in the second game, right? If one of them happened to be Morgan Fay, then you have something there, right? But because no, they weren't, then no. It shares some themes with whatever the fuck the name of that chapter is called, but it's decent, right? It's not exactly the same. The only thing that really gets shared is the theming of sisters and mistaken identity. Oh man, a dream of revolution. Now what are we gonna do? Is this it? Don't give up yet. There's a very good chance that Garan is the real culprit in all of this. And if we can prove her guilt in court... Hey, you're right. That could be just the push we need. The dream lives on. Yes, it does. You know what that means, AJ? The fate of the revolution rests squarely on your shoulders. All in a day's work. Who am I kidding? It's a ton of pressure. But this is what Dirk gave his life for, so I'm going to do this for him. There's a chance she's guilty. Her guard shot her sister as she was about to confess. If that's not as good as a I did it, then I don't know what is. The Honorable Rebel Dirk Satmati. I would have loved to have spoken with him while he yet lived. Really? Why not? I mean, he seemed like quite an interesting man. Did she bump her head or something earlier? Trial is about to resume. The defense is to report to the courtroom at once. He basically yelled, I did this for you, Garan. He said, my life is yours. Yeah, my will is yours, right? Yeah, so... beat like that. The first thing Garan will do is respond to that last accusation. So you better stay on your toes, Apollo. I will, Mr. Wright. Ready or not, Garan. Here comes justice. It's a good little fucking... We haven't seen that line too many times. Here comes justice in this game. Granted, Apollo hasn't been ready for that many court cases in this game, but... May 19th, High Court of Karain. Now then, let us resume today's proceedings. If this isn't a whole final boss-ass look... Huh? Where's Nayuta? Where's Nayuta? I must offer my apologies. I never imagined a royal guardsman would do such a thing. What? He wasn't acting under your orders. How dare you cast suspicions on Her Eminence? Judge, I don't know if you were aware. Somebody got shot less than an hour ago, screaming how much they love the Queen. Now, I'm not a master psychologist, however, that don't seem weird to you? That don't seem weird that he was like, God damn, do I love Queen Garan, as he was shooting the shit out of the previous queen? Come on, Judge. It's quite alright, Your Majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. But rest assured that he acted alone, for I knew nothing of his plans. I don't believe that for a second. Now then, Your Majesty. Regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility. A new possibility, you say?
Indeed, for during the break, the real killer confessed to me. Not Nayuta. God fucking damn it. Shut up, move. What? Bailiff, call the witness to the stand. The real killer confessed. What she got up her sleeve this time? I have a really bad feeling about this. Why would it be anybody other than Nayuta? Like, come on now. You're just gonna pan up like I didn't think it was Nayuta from Rip? His hair is about long as fuck, too. He's the one who confessed? It goes down well below, like, his ribs. He's got some long-ass hair. Prosecutor Sadmati, you're the real killer? I questioned him during the recess, as I felt that Amara had been covering from someone. So it was that he finally confessed his crime to me. Nayuta, you didn't really do it, did you? It's braided, so it's probably even longer. Dog, he's got a whole mane on him. Her Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Minister Inga. Nayuta! Peace! Prosecutor Sadmati, are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed. Yes, I am certain. For I killed him by my own hand. At last, the real killer has been revealed. How are we supposed to respond to this? By presenting literally every piece of evidence beforehand saying, hey, what about this, and this? Can you channel spirits, Nayuta? No, didn't think so. Move, nigga. Nayuta, retract your confession. Now. Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination. Who cares about that? Admit it. It was Queen Garan who put you up to this. She forced you into giving a confession, didn't she? Alright, we will throw at the next possible choice then, Alonzo. You are out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint. But... Or do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder? That is... what do you think you're doing, you idiot? Truly, the truth can set us free. Looks like Ron's got to him somehow. I definitely didn't see this coming. Nayuta, why are you doing this? Why would you sacrifice even your life to do Garon's bidding? Gee, I wonder if there was something that was a little bit of a fucking teaser in the interim where it was like, oh, well, I can't believe I was reunited with Queen Amara. Why are you happy that you were reunited with Queen Amara? Rafa? Oh, whoa. Yankee wouldn't, whoa. Whatever the case may be, Prosecutor Sadmati, your testimony, please. Witness testimony. Nayuta's confession. Cannot remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of Karain. I consider it divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch. My mother was simply covering her. I am ashamed. I let her go on so far for my sake. What? You do understand what you're doing, right, Nayuta? You're sentencing yourself to death if you're found guilty. If that is the court's verdict, then so be it. I must obey the law for above all else. The law, Nayuta. Or the queen.
Objection!
I am the law, bitch. This blather has nothing to do with the witness's testimony. Please address any issues you may have during this cross-examination, defense. Oh, I will. I'm going to blow his whole problematic testimony to smithereens.
Alright, cross-examination. Throw commence. Just go ahead and do a big save. Hey, Nayuta, did you know I'm a fucking attorney?
Objection!
What is that noise? Oh, that was one of my Chords of Steel voice training exercises. Well, from now on, you shall keep such caterwauling out of this sacred hall. Ouch. Guess I'd better take it down a notch. Alright, so, in reality, I pressed that statement about, my mother was covering for me. Yeah.
Hold it!
So you killed Minister Inga, and Queen Amara staged the crime. Is that how it went? Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all of the guilt upon herself. Yet another lie. I need to poke a hole in his testimony, but how? Nayuta, could it be you? Ooh. You didn't know Naina's real identity. You didn't realize that Naina was actually Queen Amara, your own mother. That is not as strange as you might think. Much time had passed since we last met, after all. How much time? Right, 23 years ago, was it? When Dirk saved her after the supposed assassination attempt. No, Mr. Justice, it was 15 years ago. Fuck off. Oh my god. Damn, it's a while for this fucking game to catch up to me, huh? Jesus Christ. Huh? That's weird. Are you sure about that? I remember it clearly. I was around 10 years old at the time. Nayuta, please add that last statement to your testimony. At least it wasn't 7 years. Yeah, but I mean, Rafe is not 6. I was reunited with my mother, Queen Amara, 15 years ago when Dirk abducted her. This has to be it, right? It has to be I present this.
Objection!
Yep, it looks like it. You're saying that Dirk made off with Queen Amara 15 years ago. But that's strange, because I heard something very different from Dirk. He said that they ran off together 23 years ago. That is impossible. I know for a fact it was 15 years ago. Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. How do you explain this photo? Dirk said it was taken 23 years ago. He said that. He did, but if we take what you just said as fact, then there's something in this photo that doesn't make any sense. This isn't making any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. What doesn't make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old? Lil baby Lil Rafa?
Take that!
Nayuta, this discrepancy may not be directly related to this case, but I don't think we can simply overlook it either. Dirk said the baby in the photo was you, and that doesn't make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old. After all, you said you were around 10 then, right? Come on, Apollo. He's definitely sweating bullets over there over something. Come on, Apollo. Who is 14 years old plus 9 months for a little bit of gestation? Who could it be? Come on, Apollo. Come on. You're really close. You're so close. Apollo, if this baby is a Nayuta. Wait, you don't think Queen Amara have another child while she was on the run? What? And just what if that child were being held hostage? Nayuta, is that why you obey Queen Garon's every command? You presume too much. In And that's why Queen Amara was trying to take the rap as well. To protect this other child. A child born 15 years ago. It would have to be someone who's around 14 or 15 years old now. Again, who could that possibly It's Albie. This is just a guess. But I believe I know someone who fits the bill. This also explains the strange behavior. This is the child who was born to Dirk and Queen Amara 15 years ago. It's Trucy. Oh. All these strange statements she kept making. Now they all make sense. Yep, you knew about my mother and me. And I'm happy we were reunited. Fuck off. Trucy weird name, Karahin. Yeah, we got him, boys. Now I see, Nayuta. Why you do what you're told? Your sister's in trouble. The other child born to Dirk, and Queen Amara was... Don't...
Mr. Justice, I believe I know what you are about to say, but I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul as the child of terrible sinners.
I thought you might try to stop me. After all, simply revealing this information endangers who you've been trying to protect. I think this should make clear what I'm talking about. This is the chink in your... Whoa! Yo, come on, brother, that's a little bit racist. Where is the assassination file? What? Am I stupid? There we are.
Take that!
And that is...
I mean... A file full of information that Dirk collected on what happened 23 years ago. A particular note right now is what's written here. Fuck? Didn't mean to click that. Yep. Visited upon his children. His deeply held ideal is why you were expelled from the royal family. Which means it wouldn't bode well for your sibling either, if she were revealed to be Dirk's daughter. You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Garan, but at some point you came to serve the very regime you despised. And that was because the Queen found this chink in your armor. I mean, he may be looking a little Taiwanese, but maybe I shouldn't say that word anymore. That's how she came to use your sister against you. Nayuta, have you been keeping this secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me?
You are an innocent party to all of this. I only live to safeguard the law, and serve the country and the queen from which it flows. One such as you, who is destined to ascend to the throne, need not fret over such as I.
One such as I.
No, I cannot accept that. Whatever you say, it's malarkey. Don't you even care of what happens to you? Before country, queen, law, and everyone's future, my personal feelings are of no consequence. That is why I resign myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thoughts of change. Spoken like a true prosecutor and patriot, I shall continue to rule Karayin until the day Rafa succeeds me, for that is what is best for our kingdom. I know, Your Eminence. Yours is no small sacrifice, but I promise you this, in exchange for your life, the child shall remain safe, and the kingdom shall prosper,
Judge, you getting literally any of this? Also, why are you just why are you yielding? You bitch, don't yield. You learned he was dead less than like maybe an hour and a half ago. Nayuta, is this the real you? Resigning yourself to the will of another and killing any hope you held for the future. No, the Nayuta I know would never let himself be turned into this. Rafa's sad sprite reminds me of those crying cat edits. I see what you mean, and now it's gonna either fall on Gallus or myself to make one of those edits. Now, Your Majesty, if you would hand down your verdict.
Objection!
You can say you're simply accepting your fate, Nayuta, but I know that deep down there is still hope in your heart. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me. It's the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times, and it's what binds you, me and Dirk, together as a family. I know because this has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet.
Take that!
When you interrogated Dirk, you confiscated all of his possessions as potential evidence, except this. Nope, he didn't take the attorney's badge. So tell me, Nayuta, why didn't you take his badge? You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? And I know why. It's because this badge means something special to us. Flashbacks on flashbacks. Hey, Dirk is doing it. He's restoring the legal system to how it was. Salutes. You may say you've given up, but that's not how it really is it? You never gave up, and you never will because you still believe that of all the wrongs will be righted someday, don't you? Say it for the one time. Say it, you bitch. You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may be very well as you say. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know. Until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me. Save you? Yes, save me. Like he did on that day. Yep. Someday, he would come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps, deep down, that is what I believed. I believed in Dirk, our father. Nayuta, I knew you. However, it was but a dream, and now that dream has died. Murdered along with Dirk. So now as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please, try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all this sin. It is the only way. But
Such insolence!
you have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering, the immutability of his duty? It is time to accept defeat. Do I look like a foot fetish to you? A foot fetishist? I don't accept nothing of the sort. Now, watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother.
Your Majesty, the verdict, if you will. Yes, Your Eminence. So you haven't been watching. You just haven't fucking been paying attention at all. Right?
Objection!
Wait a second. What do I do? Who is this woman? That's the Queen. That's Queen Garan. Does the defense wish to raise an objection? There's gotta be some way to save Nayuta. Apollo. It all goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded him the son of a criminal. So we could once and for all prove that Dirk didn't try to assassinate Amara. Right. Nayuta and Rafa's father would no longer be viewed as criminals. I thought there wasn't any evidence left, because it was all destroyed in the fire. And Dirk investigated the matter for years, but never managed to learn anything new. Really? Nothing at all? Could an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? Hey. Let's go ahead. Let's summon Pops. For the one time. In over 2 decades, Apollo. Huh? He's right. I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. Must have secretly planted something to topple Garan with somewhere. Take another look at the evidence. You just might find what we need to break out of the situation with it in there. Got it. If the defense is done stalling for time, I shall now render my verdict. No, wait. About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. The defense has some new information it would like to share. You do? While we had intended to deliberate that case in the course of this trial, Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here? Apollo. Come on, brother. Very well then. What is the source of your new information about the case from 23 years ago?
Take that!
Photograph? Yes. Do you recall the traveling musician who died in that fire 23 years ago? How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in the blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. We never knew his identity, though, as his belongings were burnt to ashes. Well, about that. The truth is, he was my biological father. Oh! What? Why, of course, with his photo in her benevolence. Wait, no. Divination seance? Yeesh! That would free her from the infamy of having criminal blood in her veins. Because here in Karain, we can witness the final memories of the dead. What utter nonsense. I mean, could have also just used Maya and, channeled him. There's a couple ways you could have gone about this. But yeah, fuck it, seance, woo! Yeah, let's go divination seance, let's get it. There was no evidence left in the wake of that blaze. That's what you think. But Dirk went to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back for us. He did? Yep, and boy is it the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it, we'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court. And save his children. Your Majesty, the defense requests that we hold a divination seance for this new victim. What a waste of time. The events of 23 years past has already been deliberated at length.
Objection!
Wasn't Dirk on trial for that incident as well today? So, we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we failed to look into this new lead, would we? Got him. As the presiding judge, I will now share my thoughts on the matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amaro is a case we can ill afford to leave open. And I believe that the final memories of the victim will prove to be very important. Therefore, it is the opinion of this court that we should conduct another divination seance. Why you? Your benevolence. If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you'd be able to perform a divination seance, right? Of course. Leave it to me. I mean, yeah, I guess it has to be her. Maya's already had her time in the limelight, but I think fucking bringing him back into the court might have been more fruitful than doing a divination seance. My father's full name is Jove Justice. All right. Oh, here we go. Now, your benevolence, please commence the divination seance when you are ready. I assume this will be the last one in the whole game, though.
O Holy Mother,
Yep.
let the eyes of O dance
Seek lest. So, for the last dance of the game, I figure, you know, you might as well just let it play out. I mean, because it's the last time we're ever going to see it. We'll let the first one play out, and we'll just psych, nigga, I'm fucking out of here. I ain't watching that bullshit again. Burning heat. Crying. Baby Apollo! Pain. Baby Apollo, no! Metallic sound. Oh, there was the reflection in the fucking... in that platter that I missed because I was looking at the lighter. I was misdirected. Bro. Apollo actually got dropped as a baby. That's fucked up. The spirit of the victim has granted us a new window into his final moments. It would appear the divination seance was a success. So those were my father's final moments. The durability kicked in early? Yeah, man. Hey, hold on. I mean, his spirit might not be any more help, to be honest. Maya would be fucking exhausted by now. Hey, man, she got her rest. She slept for an entire day. That baby we saw must have been you, Apollo. Damn, I was ugly. I will now decipher the experience of the deceased. Are you ready, Hornhead? Yes, please proceed. Very well. Here are my interpretations of the facts as gleaned from the seance vision. Insight time. Not just be dropped as a noob. No, he was 1 year old at the time. He was a 1 year old. Yeah, but not only that, he was breathing in a fuck ton of smoke. His lungs is just fine. Okay, maybe not his lungs because he doesn't work out as much and he has terrible fucking endurance, but his vocal cords is immaculate. Rafa's insight. Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Hornhead's father happened to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly he perished in the attempt. I was about to say, what do you mean attempted to say? I'm right here, nigga, the fuck? That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. My father's final memories. I'm right here for everyone to see, but can any of them unlock the truth behind what happened 23 years ago? Alright. So, we gotta wait until the, it's after the baby gets dropped. Pain. Oh! Hold on. It's a gloved hand. So how could it have been... So how could it have been, how could it have been Dirk's fingerprints, but... I really hope this has to... That's nice and all, but Phoenix took the whole car hit, and the car took more damage than the man. Apollo fell to his death twice. Phoenix fell to his death once and got a cold.
Apollo also nearly drowned to death. We gonna keep comparing durability feats. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter that was found at the scene of the crime. However, Phoenix was fucking hospitalized. Apollo has way. I'm just tired. You're not gonna say Phoenix has more durability feats. Okay, to be fair, on the drowning, he didn't know how to swim. Okay, not knowing how to swim or not, if somebody fucking like held you underwater, regardless if you know how to swim, and you survive drowning, it don't matter if you know how to swim or not. You still survive drowning. The hand holding the lighter in the seance vision appears to be gloved. Ah, I believe you are right. What could this mean? It calls into question whether the hand in the vision really was Dirk's. If only we could make out the details a little bit better. Very well. I will attempt to focus a bit more on what the deceased saw. Perhaps that will help refine the seance vision. Is that a fucking wristband? Is that a wristband or is it like part of a shirt? Phoenix hired everybody with durability. We haven't seen Athena's durability. Athena's durability could just be ass. So wristband, shirt sleeve, potentially. Athena fought the Phantom. That is all. Yeah. Oh yeah, she tossed a cop. Athena is the off tank. She doesn't have as high durability feats, but she provides the little bit of offense. Still, what significance could that have? It means that Dirk's fingerprints got in the lighter at some other time. Somebody could have even put them there after the fire.
Objection!
Why are you yelling? It doesn't look like it's your attorney clothes, at least. If it's a shirt sleeve. Therefore, it stands to reason that Dirk was the one who used the lighter. Too bad Mia got no durability. That's why Phoenix started looking for durable motherfuckers. Hey, my boss got clocked by a statue one time and died. I need to find some decently strong motherfuckers to defend themselves. It just means I have to prove that the figure in the vision is someone else, using the information of my father's final memories. Either way, it seems I must revise my insights. Someone had put his prints on the lighter after the fact, and we know not to whom it belongs. Alright. So... It's gotta be the sleeve, right? Whatever the sleeve is. We can't really see... I can't really see Garon's like full profile in this, or else I might say, or not Garon, Inga's. I can't see Inga's full like fucking shirt in this, so I can't really tell if it's his shirt or not. Alright, but I think it's the same thing, right? We know not to whom it belongs. Wait, oh, now I can see more. Oh, that sure is fucking Inga's bracelets.
Objection!
Hey. Wait, this means what are they called? The cuffs of justice? I thought I saw cigar smoke. Nigga, the whole place was on fire. You saw a lot of smoke. You saw a whole fuck ton of smoke, boy. But at that time, Inga wasn't the Minister of Justice. Yeah, no, fucking Garan was. So Garan is the real culprit. The figure in this vision is clearly not Dirk. The distinctive band around the wrist gives the true identity away. Ah, that design. It can't be. This will prove whose hand was captured in the seance vision. What? The photo of the initial crime scene? Yeah, because I guess we can see the bracelets there. That photo. So you do believe the culprit to be Justice Minister Inga had cuffs with the exact same pattern on them. You're referring to the cuffs of justice, correct? Yes, I heard they're a traditional part of Kurani's Justice Minister's attire. But what does this tell us? It tells us that the figure in the vision is none other than Kurain's late Minister of Justice, Inga Karkul Kurain. But he wasn't Minister of Justice at the time. Not my father. He's not your father. So he plotted the assassination of the former queen as well as the current one. Justice Minister Inga, so then Dirk's innocent of both charges? Defiant Dragons, they were right all along, or whatever the fuck that said. Hold it. Nayuda? Nayuda. What you've proposed is not possible, Apollo. For back then, Inga Karkul Kurain was not the Minister of Justice. What? The Justice Minister 23 years ago was... you, Queen Garan. What? Oh, right. She served as Minister of Justice before succeeding the throne. Because she also prosecuted the assassination attempt 23 years ago as one. So then, the figure in this vision is actually... Your Eminence, it's you, isn't it? Hey, what I miss? The entirety of, the entirety of this trial. This is madness. Why would Her Eminence do such a thing? Because she would rather ascend to the throne. She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amara. What spirit are we summoning? Kappa? That's why she tried to assassinate her. I find this all very hard to swallow. Your Eminence, are you? Are you the one responsible for tearing my family apart? What is the name of the spirit we're currently seeing? What spirit? We're not seeing any spirits right now. That's Queen Garan. That ain't no damn spirit. Was it you who killed my father? Well, Your Eminence, I'm asking you a question.
Such insolence!
Can you Photoshop Nayuda with no braid? Potentially. Peasants. Always carrying on about things of no import. Oh, and the seance? Yeah, we're looking at Joe of Justice. The spirit of justice. You do not deny it, then. You conceal the truth and use me for your own designs. Oh, Nayuda, spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Even if Dirk were cleared of all charges, it shall still be I who decides Rafa's fate. You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not? Nigga, you just admitted to murder and treason in one. Remember, the child lives only by my good graces. Now, kneel before me and fulfill your end of the bargain by offering me your head. So sad to miss two big things in this case. I'll check the VOD. Sorry about that, Mario. Your Eminence, I am done heeding your commands.
Say it. Even as you used my sister against me, I still believed in you. I believed that protecting your secrets was in the best interest of this kingdom. Say it, you schmuck! But you've been deceiving me all the while. Nayuda. Nayuda, you dare defy me. Your Eminence, I can turn the other cheek no more. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Minister Inga. Retract, you say? Derek, the final piece of evidence he left behind has released Nayuda from his suffering. Now, he's finally free. Oh! It's the mark of the dragon. He's had it on his palm the whole time. And all this time, not once did I reflect on my own conduct, for I had believed all was fate. Lost in my own sense of resignation, I was unable to wake from my despair. Wake up! But you, Apollo, you have awakened me with your demonstration of our Father's creed. Yeah, there it is.
A dragon never yields.
Yeah. I will carry on Dirk's legacy and fulfill his dream. Hear me, Garan. I will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution. Insolent fool. Now even you prattle on about revolution. Nail's broken again. Would you look at that? Well, Apollo, it seems we're finally making some headway down the road that Dirk carved out for us. Yeah. Now, if we could just prove Garan's guilt, we could continue on down that road. Towards the revolution Dirk dreamed of. Your Eminence, you have been accused of the crime committed 23 years ago. Got him. Would you like to say anything in your defense? Not so fast, Your Majesty. For the cuffs have been stolen, and the cuffs could have been stolen and used without my knowledge. So you see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything. Yep. I believe you're right. But we know she's guilty. Well, lawyer, is there any other evidence you would have me refute? I mean, unfortunately, this photo was the last piece of evidence Dirk left for me. Enraged, we look. It's okay, Enraged. You can't. There's a way. You just got tricked. You've definitely seen pictures of traps before. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So as far as evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding that case from the past. However, now that Prosecutor Sadmani has retracted his confession, we'll have to redeliberate the current case from scratch. Yes, the defense speaks the truth. Even though it is clear who the guilty party is. At least the game's self-aware. Queen Garan, the defense accuses you of the murder of Justice Minister Inga Karkul Kurain. And Ray, just say it. It's okay. It's okay to want to fuck some cute boys. What's wrong with that? But do you have any evidence, defense? Evidence that will prove Garan was the killer. There is still one avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice. There is Minister Inga's final memories. In them, the minister's killer posed as Dirk. Therefore, one might ask, how did the killer dispose of their disguise? Hey, you're right. A lot of blood would have spattered onto the killer, so the blood-soaked clothes would have had to have been dealt with somehow. If they're still around somewhere, then... I was wondering what absurd idea you would concoct next. I mean, they're on fucking... They're on Dirk.
What? I'm not going crazy, right? Like, let's look at it one more time. Definitely could have been from... Definitely could have been, let's look at it a little bit more in detail. Yep, it goes across the entirety from right shoulder to left, technically, shoulder line in his elbow. Also, yeah, no bullet holes. So this isn't these aren't Dirk's clothes from the Dirk that was in here. These are the Dirk clothes that were placed here by you.
Objection.
Talk to him. Then you don't know us very well. Your benevolence. Yes? On the day of your father's murder, you had been watching the courtyard from 2 p.m. Now, during that time, you saw Queen Garon, did you not? Yes, I did. I saw my mother entering the palace from the courtyard. But I was told not to mention it because it had nothing to do with my father's murder. Rafa, you would not dare. When the queen headed into the palace, did she have Dirk's clothes in her possession? No, she did not. So, maybe she disposed of them somewhere in the courtyard. The police did a thorough sweep of the area following the crime, but they did not find anything resembling Dirk's clothes. But you knew that already, didn't you, prosecutor? Yes, I admit no clothing was found. So you admit that you were merely speculating, chasing phantoms and delusions of evidence that never existed. This makes no sense. Clothing just doesn't disappear like that. If Garon wasn't carrying any clothes, she must have gotten rid of them somewhere. Somewhere where she thought they'd never be found. Where they'd never be found, huh? Like in the sarcophagus that we talked about like fucking 5 minutes fucking ago? I believe Turk's clothes were hit. Wait, what? Are you serious? Now don't make me select the sarcophagus, because she's gonna say, well, the fucking royal guard did a thorough search of the area and they didn't find any of it. Because if it does it again, I'm gonna be a little bit annoyed. You believe the clothing was hidden there? Yes, it's the only place it can be. Very well. Where in the tomb do you... Oh, fucking Christ. That was a little bit vague, I guess, right? Do it again. Of course. Makes perfect sense. Clothes weren't simply hidden. They were returned to where they belong. Break your nails. And by that you mean the killer would have had to get Dirk's clothes from somewhere. Luckily, they were right there. Yes, of course. At the time of the minister's murder, Dirk's body was already in the sarcophagus. So the killer could have simply borrowed his clothes. Right. Before the minister entered the tomb, the killer put on Dirk's clothes, and then hid behind the curtain above the sarcophagus. And after the minister was killed, Dirk's clothes were returned to his body. So what? This is still all speculation. We know whether or not these clothes... We know not whether these clothes were actually used in the murder. Therefore, you cannot prove they are somehow connected to this case.
Objection.
Okay. That's where you're wrong. But I believe you already knew that. These clothes were definitely used during the minister's murder because of this. The blood on the sleeve? Blood on the sleeve.
Take that.
Bloodstains on Dirk's chest are no doubt the result of him being shot by the minister. However, it doesn't explain everything. Well, I guess the bullet holes don't matter at all. I guess they didn't want to show bullet holes. There's also some blood spatter extending from his left elbow to his abdominal area. I believe this blood spatter came from... Where is he? Enga Karkul Karain.
Take that.
If the killer wore these clothes during the murder, the blood spatter must have come from Minister Inga. I thought it was all Dirk's, but that makes sense. Only way to be sure, though. Let's get these stains analyzed right away. Indeed, this may be the conclusive evidence we need to prove the Queen's guilt.
Objection!
You cannot prove it was I who hid those clothes. They could very well have been hidden by a third party. What? How? You said there was no existence of a third party. Could they really? I'd save the possibility of someone other than Garan hiding the clothes. Doesn't fucking exist. Move, nigga. No, it's just not possible. Your Eminence, I recall you saying the following. Yep. You and Inga were the only ones that could have opened it. Ah! That was your own testimony, word for word. Why, you insolent? Admit it. Only you could have hidden Dirk's clothes after they were used in the murder. And that means you're the only one who killed Justice Minister Inga. Insignificant worm. You dare accuse me, the ruler of Karain. Do not think for one moment that such impudence will... Yeah, shut up, nigga. I'm afraid such arguments are invalid here in the Sacred Hall, Your Eminence. Because even monarchs are above the law. Should have said justice. It's the end of the line for you, Queen Garan. Time to come down from that lofty throne and face justice. Oh, yeah, there you go. Should have capitalized the J. Yeah. We got him, boys. Break down, break down. Or not? Question mark? Me, face justice. Surely you jest. You are in no position to force my hand, lawyer. Surely you haven't forgotten about the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In short, should I be convicted of murdering my husband, your dear brother, who delivered false testimony in my defense? He wasn't your defense. He wasn't your defense. He wasn't helping you. What? It can't be. Can it? By delivering false testimony in the course of protecting a guilty party, he would certainly be judged in this court as having supported a criminal. And the Defense Culpability Act would most definitely come into play. Hey look, I'll just defend him too, fuck it. That law is so broad, anyone could be convicted under it. When it comes to the DC Act, even I am conflicted, and yet, as it currently stands, it is the law of the land. As you said earlier, no one is above the law. Of all the absurd things I've seen, this law really takes the cake. Really, Phoenix? Not defending a fucking killer whale in court? That one doesn't take the cake? Now what? What can we even do at this point? You need not look so forlorn. Dirk has been cleared of all charges. So let's leave all thoughts of the real killer and revolution in the past where it belongs. She wants us to just let her off scot-free. And yet, I don't see any other choice. Say it. We cannot yield to her here, Apollo. If it will move the revolution forward, I will gladly face the DC Act. Now do it. Accuse Queen Garan of the crime she has committed. But, Apollo, no buts.
Such insolence!
What you speak of is not revolution. Our kingdom will not function without its sovereign. And Rafa cannot ascend to the throne, for she is yet incapable of channeling spirits. Thus, to accuse me is to wish destruction upon our fair kingdom, you terrorist. Terrorist? If you would still insist on accusing me, then as ruling sovereign of Karain, I proclaim the following. You gonna send us to jail too, bitch? All who imperil the crown, no matter the reason,
shall be subject to immediate execution upon the Queen's orders. What? Immediate execution? Do you still not comprehend? Then let me be clear. For the sake of this kingdom's future, and in accordance with the laws of Karain, I command that you be put to death at once. Y'all niggas are allowed in here still? Dog, no one told y'all to fix bayonets. Back up. Judge, are you paying attention at all? Isn't this going a bit too far? Why is the Garan Royal Guard? They were on standby in case of an attack by foolishly optimistic terrorists. Now, if you would continue to oppose me, the very embodiment of the law, then under my regal authority, you shall all be put to death.
Objection!
Oh, come on. This is insane, even for you. You can't possibly get away with something like this. This is a court of law. You just can't order our execution without due process.
Hold it!
Now look, Apollo, truth and due process are certainly important, but so is your life. And these guys got fucking guns, so think before you speak again. But... Dog. They have 5 guns trained on Phoenix and Apollo. You gonna need some more. I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you. Please, Apollo, don't make this any worse than it already is. I cannot lose you to the Twilight Realm, too. What am I supposed to do? I only went against an opponent that can rewrite the law as she sees fit. How can I ever bring her to justice? Is this really how it all ends? It is your life or your accusation, lawyer. You cannot hope for both. It is time to cease this insanity. What do I do? Should I accuse Queen Garan? Hey, we haven't gotten this far. A dragon never fucking yields. I know what I have to do. Mr. Wright, you know that saying you're constantly reminding me and Athena of? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You never fail to surprise me, Apollo. And Nayuta, you know that creed we've known ever since we were kids. A dragon never yields. Apollo. My man raised no bitch. Damn right, Mitchie, what's going on? And not merely words. And what's carried us this far. So now, it's time to honor these words and the memories of the ones who gave them to us. I couldn't agree with you more, Apollo. Those words are more important to me than you know. And if there's any time to remember them, it's now. It would seem, Apollo, that not one, but 2 auspicious creatures dwell deep within you. A fierce dragon and a virtuous phoenix that shall scatter the clouds hiding the heavens. I shall join you in your death-defying bluff. Let's fucking do it then. I think I finally understand what those words really mean. And the resolve they embody. Are you smiling, even in the face of certain doom? Is there no end to your defiance? Unfortunately for you, no. I won't let fear, or even the law, force me to abandon the pursuit of truth. Because there is another saying in my country. The truth will set you free. Indeed. This track is sick! Indeed, that is precisely what Dirk sought to do through this trial. He wished for us to break free from a certain despicable spiders immobilizing silk threads. We won't be intimidated by unjust laws, or given to fear. Abandoning the truth like that is just not part of my playbook. There is but one path before us. Revolution. The time to make Dirk's dream a reality is upon us. Your Eminence, if you are the law here in Karain, your very existence is wrong. Does your desperate bleeding know no end? I know it's a bit late to ask, but what's the plan? Well, if Garan is going to execute us on the spot under the Defense Culpability Act, then the law itself derives its power from the authority of the Crown, and there's only one thing to do. We dethrone her, right here, right now.
Alright, but how? It's not like we have a lot of time to come up with a way to do it either. I mean... we could give Rafa a chance to channel his spirit, right? Potentially. I doubt she'll allow you to perform another cross-examination while we think. Don't worry, I'll come up with something. We'll be fine. We can't give up. Not now. We have to keep on fighting to the end. We can't allow these broken trials to go on. It's time to make things right. Make Karain great again. All thinking time. Remember how you have overtaken prep? Soon. Sick. I accuse Garan. Now Yuta will be subject to the Defense Culpability Act, which means he will be put to death with accordance to the law. So the only way right now the only way out of this is to dethrone Garan right now. Could this be the key to dethroning Garan? Technically the Founder's Orb? Is the Founder's Orb the key to the revolution? Derek was convinced that the orb is key to the revolution and Karain's future. In light of Garan's obsession with the orb, it makes a large amount of sense. She probably doesn't want anyone using it to gain spiritual powers and rights to the throne. Inga definitely tried to do just that, but that's where it all starts to fall apart. Inga couldn't have channeled the Founder, even after abducting Miss Faye. After all, he didn't know the Founder's name. The name of the Founder is only known to those who become queen. That means only the people who are currently only know her. That means that only the people who currently know her name are Garan and Amara. So even if someone else had the orb, they wouldn't be able to channel the Founder. So that begs the question: why is Garan so fixated on the orb? Because she can't channel spirits herself? Okay, let's not overthink this. Garan is obsessed with the orb because she can't channel spirits. There we go. Yeah. And if she can't channel spirits, she can't be queen. Only 10k more points? Pog. Could it be? It's hard to believe, but... what the heck is Librarian's Glare? I mean, if you click it, it tells you exactly what it does. If she wanted spiritual power, does that mean Garan can't channel spirits? That would explain why she had Amara perform the rite of channeling. Is that why she let Amara live? To stand in for her when the time came to channel spirits? So, if Garan can't channel spirits, she'd have no claim to the throne. Garan has no claim to the throne. She sucks! Garan's Defense Culpability Act was established under the Crown's authority, but if she has no claim to the throne, then the DC Act would become null and void. No, not just the DC Act. All of the insane laws she's enacted would be swept away in one fell swoop. You claim the authority of the crown. You, of all people. That's a good one. Oof. Yeah, here we go. Fuck it. First things first. Let's go ahead and turn this shit down. Where is it? Where'd I put it? Not now? Ooh, we're still keeping the fucking OST down. That's a good one. Have you truly lost it, lawyer? Indeed, I would have the defense explain himself at once. It's easy, your majesty. Why is Queen Garan so obsessed with the Founder's Orb? Why did she let Queen Amara live? And why was she having her mercifulness perform the rite of channeling in her place? The answer to all these three questions point to a single conclusion. A fact that will shake this kingdom to its very core. Now, I'm going to turn the OST up just to see what it's doing. Ah, yeah, nah, it's doing the pursuit theme? Nah, shut up. It's time. Yeah. I still do not follow, Apollo. Your Eminence,
I have just one question for you, and please be honest. You can't actually channel spirits, can you? What? You believe the Queen is not capable of communing with the dead? Remember how TNT brought back Cornered? Overtaken should have been brought back here? 1000%. In Karain, the ability to channel spirits is an absolute requirement for a would-be queen. But Your Eminence, if you were incapable of doing that, then you'd have no claim to the throne. Not only that, but every law you've passed would be rendered null and void. And you, the Garan Royal Guard, you seem to be rather enamored with the Queen's supposed spiritual power. But what if she had none? What if she were just an ordinary person, a pretender to the throne? That's crazy talk. Impossible. Everyone knows that spirit mediums can only be queen. Such blasphemy. On what grounds do you make such defamatory claim? Queen Garan, if you think I'm just out to defame you, prove it. Prove it using this piece of evidence you want so badly. Bring it back. All the conditions for summoning the founder should be in place. With the orb, we know what the founder looks like. And as queen, you should know the founder's name. Now, if you would, Your Eminence, please show us the great spiritual power you bear as Grand Priestess of Karain. Ooh, to witness Her Eminence's great power with our own eyes? The Holy Mother will appear before us? Oh, great miracle of miracles. Praise be, Your Eminence. May the mighty spiritual power show us the way. Enough. Enough, I say, you mindless cretins. Your Eminence, can it be that you cannot? No. I want a lawyer. Summon me one at once.
Objection!
Aren't you forgetting something? There aren't any lawyers left in Karain. You could thank your Defense Culpability Act for that. Oh. Your Eminence, please give us a glimpse of your magnificent spiritual power. Summon Her Holiness so she may guide us. Alright. We're only gonna let it play once. I really hope it's not still playing in the background. Man, fuck. It's time to loop. Let's see. Overtaken. Extended. I really wish. Like, you should have just brought it back for this. God damn. It's gonna stop soon? Hey, fuck it. Never mind then. If you're truly capable of channeling spirits, then get on with it already, Your Eminence. Whoa. NGAR? It's kind of close. You sneaky, underhanded wretch of a lawyer. That reminds me. You said something to this effect earlier. It's time to cease this insanity. Don't you feel stupid for saying that now? Dog, Apollo's got way too much sauce. Indeed, of all the things she has said, I can think of nothing more ludicrous. Apollo, teach this deceitful, putrid queen a lesson she won't soon forget. Gladly, because it really is time to cease this insanity. Oh, Garan! Your reign of terror ends here. Dog, what the fuck? Yeah, nah, that point? Holy shit. Very well. Demonstrating from my facility as a spirit medium is simple enough. Behold, the magnificent power to commune with the dead. Oh, Your Eminence! Oh. Just fall over. Dog, nah, the best part of this would have been if fucking Amara appeared behind her and shot her in the back as well. This breakdown's about to be sick. Ooh, here it comes. She's gonna shit herself. No, man, you hate to see it.
dog. You're done. Dog. Instantly. Hey, fuck that. Nah, get out of here. No, move. Just turn around, guns posted. Like, yo, just move. Ah, GG's, got him. Prosecutor Sadmati, how is Her Eminence? It seems she now believes that she herself is the Holy Mother. I see, but her attempt at spirit channeling failed, did it not? Sadly, she seems unable to accept the facts. I fear it will be quite a challenge to question her later. And now, if I may ask, what was her motive? I understand that she killed Minister Inga in order to prevent this coup d'etat, but what of her attempt to assassinate Queen Amara 23 years ago? To become queen herself. Maybe she just craved power and attention. She likely developed a psychological complex from her inability to channel spirits. So she was jealous. See, look, petty works. Petty works sometimes. That is why she kept Queen Amara alive to perform the rite of channeling for her. In that way, it would seem as if she had great spiritual power. In short, she built a cult of personality. I gotta do it. Gotta do it. At least once. Had to do it at least once. So then, she never really intended to kill Amara, huh? What I don't understand is why Queen Amara ever listened to Garan in the first place. Especially 14 years ago, before Rafa was being held hostage. Why would she keep letting the people of Karayan think she was dead? Beta Nayuta concept art had him with bangs and short hair, and it's like when Sasuke got her hair cut in Kill la Kill. Hey, nah, Sasuke with short hair is bad as fuck. That's fine. My mother is a gentle soul by nature, and loves her sister dearly. So when Garan told her to hide because Dirk was out to kill her, she believed it. What's more, she did not wish to tarnish the name of her beloved sister. That is why she acquiesced so obediently to Garan's request to keep channeling for her. Until she fled with Dirk, and was told the truth, that is. So, that's what happened. And since Rafa was being held captive, I imagine Amara had no choice but to help cover up the truth behind Inga's murder. And living secretly as Rafa's servant with Nana. No doubt only deepened her love for her daughter. She'd do anything to keep her safe. All the more reason to hide the painful truth from her. Well, that was a case for the ages. Prosecutor Sadmati has been cleared of all suspicion in the murder of Minister Inga, Murderster, and as has Mr. Dirk Sadmati in the assassination attempt of Queen Amara. Now then, I think it is high time I handed down my verdict on Dirk and Nayuta Sadmati. Apollo Justice, 10-0. Yeah. And now the butterflies actually make a lot of sense, and they look really... Oh! There was no need for that shot. 10-0? Yeah. Look at him, let's see this. Ooh, wait, hold on. You know, I see what you were saying. It's because of the eyebrows as well. Like if you color correct that, if you CC'd that to blue, like Satsuki's dark blue, that's definitely just fucking Satsuki. That's crazy. Dirk, I hope you're watching. I proved your innocence. The case is in 4, 5-2, 6-2, 6-5 in this. Nah, he has more. He has more than that. He did more than just 5-2 because he helped start up 5-1 as well. He had to get subbed out because he got injured. He started up 5-1, had to sub out for Phoenix because he fucking took a bomb. In case we forgot. So you have the 4 from Apollo Justice, the 2 from Dual Destinies, which I will count, and you have the 2 from this game. So that makes 9 then. My bad. Excuse me, 9. He got 2 this case, and he did half of Starbuck. Yeah, okay. Right, so so he did some. So yeah, that makes 10. That makes 10. 8.5. I don't give him a half, man. He won. He gathered all the evidence. It was him. It was all him. And now you're just smiling again. And that revolution you've always dreamed of is finally happening. With this, may I finally say, this court is adjourned. We out. He's a co-counsel for 2. Yeah. High Court of Karain, accused lobby. Way to go, Apollo. I was on the edge of my seat when those guards stormed the guards stormed the courtroom. That was a shocker, all right. Can't imagine anything like that happening back home. Also in 5-5 when they were about to stop when Apollo came in and brought up Clay's murder, which ended up catching Fulbright. Yeah. We're giving him 10-0, okay? We're giving him 10-0. We're giving Apollo 10-0, okay? Honorary 10-0. I know, right? I was ready to go down there and teach them a lesson myself. Really? They had guns, Maya. You barely lasted like a week without food. Calm down. I was barely able to hold her back. Hold me back? You were about to go ballistic after a while there, Athena. Yeah, well, I was thinking about helping you smack a few of them down, to be honest. Remind me to never say or do anything to deserve a Maya Athena double suplex. You did a fine job out there today, Apollo. Thanks for all the great advice, Mr. Wright. Nah, it was all you. That perseverance and never say die attitude you showed was impressive. I actually learned a thing or two myself. What? From me? That's a laugh. There were any number of times where I wouldn't have blamed you for giving up. But you stuck it out to the end and came away triumphant. By sheer force of will, and inner strength forged in countless trials, you overcame the most desperate and hopeless situation I've ever seen. I don't know about all that. I mean it. You've really come a long way, Apollo. I have nothing but respect for your abilities as an attorney. Really? Aren't you exaggerating just a little bit, Mr. Wright? You did it, Apollo. You finally won his seal of approval. But what about me, Nick? My channeling's come a long way, too. How'd it feel having Phoenix be the co-counsel? It deserved. After I beat his ass in the in the first trial of Chapter 5. It feels weird, but so satisfying for Apollo. I beat you. You ride bitch now. You're behind me. I'm head chair. You're in seat 2. After all, I was deemed worthy enough to be used in 2 major crimes already. Yeah, 2 major chances for me to become someone you channel next. Honestly, I couldn't have done this without the support of each and every person here. Mr. Wright, Athena, Nayuta, and of course, Dirk. That was pretty cool, Polly. Trucy's here? What the fuck? How did you get here? Trucy, what are you doing here? It's Matt. Oh no! Fuck! No actual Himiko. God damn it! How are we so prophetic? Where's Gallus? I gotta go get the picture. I gotta go get it. Here it is. How did I know? How did I know that it would come to this?
It's magic.
Fucking hate this game.
I'm afraid she employed the let's stow away Mr. Edgeworth's suitcase trick.
What?
That would certainly explain why my suitcase was so heavy.
Don't call her Fat Edgeworth.
Tell me you at least noticed it was heavier than usual.
Trucy,
Do you even have a passport?
fuck's that?
My magic pennies are in extra-dimensional space. It's like a mini universe in there. I could produce a passport at the drop of my hat.
I'm right.
Maybe some things in this world are better left a mystery. Hornhead, barbed head. I am forever in your debt for what you've accomplished in this Hall of Justice. Without your presence, I may have never changed as I have this day. It's pathetic, I know. That's where you're wrong, your benevolence. It was you who changed yourself. Only you could choose to defy Garan. And that decision was yours, and yours alone. That's right. All we did was present you with an opportunity. And you made use of it with gusto. This victory is yours, your benevolence. You should be proud of yourself. I see. So, am I worthy of my title after all? I shall work to heal our kingdom so that it may know peace and prosperity once more.
She sure bounced back quick.
So, your benevolence, I take it you learned the truth of your origins. That you're the daughter of Dirk and Queen Amara. Yes, my mother, her eminence told me. She said it was a part of my disciplining. Oh, if you can call it that. Sounds more like blackmail. Keep quiet or I'll tell everyone you're the daughter of a criminal. My mother was so insufferable. Or should I say my former mother. Sounds like there was no love lost there. But you cleared Dirk's name. My true father will no longer be known as a criminal.
So is Phoenix gonna finally tell Trucy and Apollo about their relationship here since we're talking about origins? Hopefully. Probably not, though.
So, what's next for the kingdom of Karain? I mean, you lost your queen, so... Her benevolence, Princess Rafa, will ascend to the throne. Nayuda, but she can't channel spirits yet, right? Indeed, which is why I will act as regent on her behalf.
Queen Nayuda, Pog!
Till the day she comes into her own. Yes, your help will be greatly appreciated, Prosecutor Sap. Big...
Let it come naturally.
But... Is she gonna say what I think she is? What are you looking at, you horn-headed nincompoop? Ouch! In any event, I will be assisted by Nayuda and Queen Amara for the time being. Queen Amara, our country offers counsel to the rulers of neighboring kingdoms through channeling. It is a duty I intend to fulfill myself one day, but for now, I will have Queen Amara assist me in that capacity. So then, she's gonna be alright. Yes, it seems the bullet went straight through her without any serious damage. And it's a relief.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the shitty-ass... Hey, Dots! The shitty-ass Royal Guard, like, shot her, like... What, fucking lower chest? Yeah, hold on. It might not have done anything.
You did it, AJ! Thanks to you, both Dirk and Nayuda beat the charges against him. And you got the revolution rolling to boot. Revolution. Dirk. Guess you were right to believe in me after all.
Still hurt like a bitch? Of course. But I mean, like, the fact that she was immediately hospitalized and there was a 50-50 chance on her living, like, I was like, what vitals were being hit there?
Yes, sir. There's gonna be some major changes around here. The legal system's gonna return to its rightful state, like how Dirk always wanted. And the name of Apollo Justice will go down in Kuranese history.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Nayuda, before I forget, there was something I wanted to give you before I head back home.
You wish to give me something?
Yes, it's Dirk's birth son. I think you should have this.
I mean... I wanted to hold on to it, but...
Take that!
Take it, bro.
This is Dirk's. I have to get back to the States. And I know you're a prosecutor and all, but as the man that's going to change Karain, it's only right that you have it. To change Karain. In Dirk's place. Apollo, I'm afraid I must refuse your gift. What? Why? There is something I would like to show you. Huh? What's this all of a sudden? Mr. Wright, won't you and your friends please join us? Oh, sure. Where are we going? Law office. Oh, do we finally get to get a shot of Apollo wearing the jacket? Because that would be sick. So why'd you bring us here, Nayuda? Apollo, I want you to stay here in Karain. What? But why? We have lost our queen, and our kingdom stands at a crossroads. Most of all, we will need to rebuild our entire legal system. Naturally, it includes the reintroduction of lawyers to the court. Wait, you're not asking me to. Yes, I want you to take over this law office, with you as lawyer, and me as prosecutor. We shall rebuild Karain's legal system from the ground up. You want me to help rebuild the legal system? That's a lot to take in. Apollo, I cannot do this without you. As a lawyer, you are Dirk's spiritual heir. And having studied in America, your legal knowledge will be indispensable. This is way out of my league. The revolution is still in its infancy, but it was Dirk's dream to restore the legal system to its rightful state. Will you not help me realize that dream? Hey, Phoenix, I'm gonna take a little time off. Come on, AJ. You know it's what Dirk would have wanted. Let's do it together. The Justice Law Offices, though? That sounds sick. Hold on. You must be taken aback by my sudden request. Please give it some thought. Like, I don't know, like, would Apollo even want to rename it, though? Of course. I'm honored that you'd ask. Still, I have my job back at the Wright Anything Agency to consider, too. No. You're fucking fired. Don't you worry about that, Apollo. Besides, this is something only you can do. Something only I can do. I mean, to be completely honest, our office would be a bit short on firepower without you around, but hey. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Actually, I'm sorry, but I can't get on board with this. Athena? I mean, there's still so much I want to learn from you, Apollo. That's right, it won't be the same without you. And everyone back home would really miss you too. There's no way I can agree to this. Y'all can just stay here. Still, if you really wanted to stay... Yeah, Athena's right. It won't be easy, but... Athena, Trucy. Apollo, no one but you can make this decision. Know that I will not question whatever choice you make. Our flight leaves tomorrow morning, Apollo. Think you can make up your mind by then? I'll try. Don't tell me to make the fucking decision. I don't want to make that decision. Y'all better make that decision for me. Talk about a difficult decision. Should I go back to the US and continue working at the Wright Anything Agency? Or should I stay in Karain and help Nayuda rebuild the legal system? What's the right thing for me to do? Couldn't we save and what? You know what? Excellent fucking question. The bus to the airport will be here any minute. I wonder where Apollo is. Do you think he decided to stay here in Karain? Oh, now we're Phoenix. Bet he was up all night thinking. This is a life-changing decision after all. But whatever he decides, I'll have to accept it. I guess this means no more courtroom battles alongside him. Hey guys! I know that booming voice anywhere. And I know that lack of breath anywhere too. I made it. Apollo, you're here. Does this mean you're coming home with us? Well, about that. I'm Mr. Wright. Yes? I've made up my mind. Here it is, the moment of truth. I still have many things to learn from you. But I've decided to stay in Karain. You're staying? But I feel like I have to pick up where Dirk left off. I can't let a sacrifice go to waste. I see. Plus, I want to teach others everything you've taught me about being a lawyer, Mr. Wright. Yeah, Apollo. Dirk's roadmap for the future, and your teachings. I believe that these two things will save the people of this kingdom from further unrest. I want to do this. No, I have to do this. Apollo. I've never felt prouder. Proud to have had such an amazing attorney working under me. But someday, I'll return to the U.S. Once the new legal system here is firmly in place, I'll be back. Scout's honor. Will we really see you again, Apollo? You bet. Not that I have any idea how long it'll be. But I promise you this, everyone. I'll keep on learning and growing, and I'll come back to the U.S. an even better lawyer. So don't you forget about me. Of course we won't, Apollo. There'll always be a spot waiting for you back at the office. In the meantime, we'll be rooting for you. So knock 'em dead. You got it, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna miss you, Polly. But if this is it, then I'm gonna support your choice all the way. Thanks, Trucy. Good luck with your magic act. I'll know you do Troop Grand Marie proud. I'll be cheering for you too, Apollo. But don't think you're the only one with room to grow. The next time we meet, you probably won't even recognize me. In other words, game on? You bet, and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna miss you too, Apollo, but I can't wait to see where your new adventure will take you. Well, there's our bus. I guess this is it, Apollo. I'll never forget everything you've done for me, Mr. Wright. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Here's to seeing you back in the U.S. Here's to seeing you back in the U.S. again someday. Until then, you know where to find me. Could you imagine if Phoenix let it slip, like right there at the end? Trucy, leave your brother alone. Wait, what? Legacy of those who came before us. It's handed down from parent to child. And from mentor to disciple. We must never stall or stagnate, but continue to grow and change. All that we've been taught, the beliefs and the convictions that have been passed down to us, we must continue to nurture them so we in turn can pass them on to the next generation. I'll be your guide, Ace Attorney is the next game. Dog, could you imagine time skip Albie and Shadoo as a fucking massive hunting dog? That would be sick. Give him like 10, 11 years. That'd be fire. Hold on. No objection? Oh, anime.
Are you really sure you're okay with him staying, boss?
Uh-huh. I always figured he'd leave the nest someday.
Aww.
Oh, I think they're almost here.
Just a little. Got it. Huh?
Durability feats.
Why don't we go and check it out, AJ?
Crowning ceremony?
No. Justice Law Offices, let's go! No objection at the end, though. That's kind of weird. Credits? Post-credit scene? Okay. Credits. No objection. Huh. Mr. Hat. Solo debut. Hold on. Magic Show and Karain, Pog. There was nothing to object to after Polly left, though. They always make some weird stuff up. Mr. Hat is still crazy. I don't like Mr. Hat. He's scary. Tourism. That's what. Okay. Sick. Really good game. Well, I mean, we're not exactly 100% finished yet, right? We still have that DLC case to do tomorrow. Well, I guess Emma came back. Okay, so she's going back to Karain. I can't believe that Nayuta and Apollo are gonna tag team the shit out of Emma. That's crazy. Alright. Fucking rabbits and Rabbit and Bat. They're back. Go to jail? What do you mean? Why do I need to go to jail? I've said nothing wrong. Wait, what? Oh, so I guess Mrs. Inmee finally gave birth. Neat. Emma's 28, I thought. Or no, she's 2 years older. No, she's 26. Mario's right. 2 years older than Apollo. Yeah. Maya's 28. Fighta, yeah, Fighter in me. Fighta in me. For the fucking revolution. Not you two. Now, how do I skip this one? Move. Just get the fuck off the screen. Why are you here? I forget who Simon is to Athena. Kind of like a adoptive older brother, basically. Yeah, Franziska would also be 28 too if she were here. What? Oh, I thought that was politician for a second. I even got so mixed right there. So they're keeping the Rakugo school going. That's pretty sick. People ship Simon with Athena, bunch of weirdos. Yeah, Simon should be shipped with a fucking jail cell. Wait, so who the fuck is taking care of the cripple now? Well, no, she's not technically crippled anymore. Who's taking care of the orphan? Bro, it's a genuine question. Come on, don't do that. Yeah, I guess Pearl and Maya could take care of her, but that's... She wants to buy outfits like the city girls? No. Pearl, no. Yeah, we saw that she was working with archaeologists just a second ago, but that's about it. Dog. She was actually just ordering Nana the fuck around for what? It was really crazy though that we could do renovations to Crane Village. Yeah, how about we get a clothing store so I can dress like those city girls? Pearl. Perhaps I shall talk to Apollo about being called Big Brother. Yes, of course. Hey, Phoenix. Oh, is it? He's talking to fucking Dirk or Jove. Or is it Lamaror? It has to be Lamaror, yeah. The beeps are female. I've never really paid attention to that. Perhaps it's time they knew. Yeah, it's only like they've known each other for 2 whole fucking years. Maybe it's time to tell them. Alright. We get another one? Dog. This credit sequence about long as fuck. No, it wasn't his dad. It was because they looked at the picture and was like, oh, it's been such a long time since I've seen them, and they knew about the connection between Apollo and Trucy. So that only leads Lamaror on the table. The dance music that I never got to finish. Yeah, they never told Apollo. They never told Apollo, they never told Trucy. But the implication from that is, oh, we should tell them soon. So maybe in Ace Attorney 7, you know, in 8 years when that happens. But, you know, for what it's worth, really good base game. I'd say this is probably the strongest, like, collection of cases that we've had in an Ace Attorney game up to this point. Fantastic. Yeah, we have no idea if Capcom started development for Ace Attorney 7 yet. I've seen rumors and inklings in the work, but that's it. If you count base game, this has to be the strongest, because that discounts 1.5, of course. Base game, this is the strongest base game. And I would say, well, it's hard to say it's like, because there's certain games that only have the 4 cases, right? So if you're counting just 5 cases, one is up there, one is my second favorite. So this is the game that had the clown bitch, yep, in case 3. Dog, the fact that Dirk took 3 gunshots and stood there like, you gonna run, pussy? Man's goated. It was case 4? Yeah, it was case 4. Case 3 was Maya's case with trust. My bad. Apollo and JFA F4. Yeah, it's a shame that I consider them the weakest. But definitely, I would say out of the 5 game cases, right? This is probably the strongest. This, then game 1, then game 3, and then close behind game 5. And there's a picture of the law offices. Dear Mr. Wright. Oh, he's writing letters and shit. Dear Mr. Wright, I can't believe it's already been a few months since I decided to stay. I'm sorry I haven't been good about keeping in touch, but things have been really hectic. Rebuilding a legal system I'm not yet familiar with has been a real challenge. But I will say, it's given me plenty of work to keep me busy. Yeah, so are we gonna get our objection? Have you not given the autopsy report even a cursory glance, Mr. Justice? It's just I have 15 clients on my plate right now. No, I probably shouldn't have accepted all 15 at the same time. Oh, please. Are you going to help me rebuild Karain's legal system or not? If you are, we need to move through this case backlog faster. Yeah, I know, but... Besides, those 15 are only the beginning. There are 10 more awaiting your services. Huh? I too have friends and acquaintances seeking legal representation. And being that you are the only lawyer in the country, I told them to contact you. I estimate that we'll only add about 16 clients to your caseload. Are they the only defense attorney and prosecutor? Well, Apollo's the only defense attorney. Meanwhile, Nayuta can lean back on gasp and pain if he's tired. Huh? Now wait just 1 minute. I've been handing out... Yeah, we're about to get it. Here we go. Everybody get it ready. I have been handing out advertisements for your new office. They read, from legal advice to investigating extramarital affairs, even yak milking. For a limited time only, these services and more are free down at Justice Law offices. I have already received requests from 380 new clients. I'm gonna have to say something, aren't I? I trust you did your cords of steel exercises this morning. Well, go on. There is no need to hold back. Now that you mention it, we have yet to hear you shout today. Yes, and I have grown quite drowsy from these tedious proceedings. I could use a loud something to wake me up. Do not disappoint me, Hornhead. Here you go. There's really only one thing to say at a time like this. It's a word I've said countless times in my career, but one I'll never tire of. 3, 2, 1.
Objection!
There we go. Turnabout Revolution end. All right. Wait, what? Nigga, move! The fuck? Okay, so that was at least the the full lineup of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. But with that being said, tomorrow we are going to dive into the DLC case, and then we are going to rank the cases as a whole altogether. So, with that, I'd like to thank you all very much for coming out. I'd like to thank Ave for the resub. Don't think anybody else resubbed. But with that, catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.